of OCGA 16-5-1 subsection C, contrary to the laws of said state, the good order, peace, and dignity thereof. Count 4, in the grand jurors aforesaid, in the name and on behalf of the citizens of the state of Georgia, charge and accuse Suzanne Mericle with the offense of aggravated assault. For that, the said accused in the county of Hall in the state of Georgia on the 8th day of March 2025 did assault another, to wit, James Barron, with a deadly weapon, to wit, a firearm, which when used offensively against a person is likely to and does result in serious bodily injury by firing said weapon through a door in the direction of James Barron in violation of OCGA 16-5-21, contrary to the laws of said state, the good order, peace, and dignity thereof. Count 5, in the grand jurors aforesaid, in the name on behalf of the citizens of the state of Georgia, charge and accuse Suzanne Mericle with the offense of criminal damage to property in the first degree. For that, the said accused in the county of Hall in the state of Georgia on the 8th day of March 2025 did knowingly and without authority interfere with a door in a manner so as to endanger human life by shooting the door of a room that was occupied by a person, to wit, James Barron, in violation of OCGA 16-7, again 16-7-22, contrary to the laws of said state, the good order, peace, and dignity thereof. Count 6, and the grand jurors aforesaid, in the name and on behalf of the citizens of the state of Georgia, charge and accuse Suzanne Mericle with the offense of possession of a firearm during commission of a felony. For that, the said accused in the county of Hall in the state of Georgia on the 8th day of March 2025 did have on her person a firearm, to wit, a handgun, during the commission of a crime, to wit, aggravated assault, as alleged in count 4 of this indictment in violation of OCGA 16-11-106, contrary to the laws of said state, the good order, peace, and dignity thereof. The last count, count 7, and the grand jurors aforesaid, in the name and on behalf of the citizens of the state of Georgia, charge and accuse Suzanne Mericle with the offense of tampering with evidence. For that, the said accused in the county of Hall in the state of Georgia on the 8th day of March 2025 did knowingly conceal physical evidence, to wit, shell casings and bullets, with the intent to obstruct the prosecution of said accused in violation of OCGA 16-10-94, contrary to the laws of said state, the good order, peace, and dignity thereof. The defendant has pled not guilty and denies each and every allegation therein. Please understand that these are only accusations, and the state has the burden of proving their case beyond a reasonable doubt. The defendant has no burden to prove her innocence. The defendant is presumed innocent unless it is overcome by the state with evidence that is sufficient to convince you beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant is guilty of the crime or crimes charged. No person shall be convicted of any crime unless and until each element of the crime is proven beyond a reasonable doubt. The burden of proof rests upon the state to prove every material allegation of the indictment and every essential element of the crime or crimes charged beyond a reasonable doubt. However, the state is not required to prove the guilt of the accused beyond all doubt or to a mathematical certainty. A reasonable doubt means just what it says. It is a doubt of a fair-minded, impartial juror honestly seeking the truth. It is a doubt based upon common sense and reason. It does not mean a vague or arbitrary doubt, but is a doubt for which a reason can be given arising from a consideration of the evidence or lack of evidence, a conflict in the evidence, or any combination of these. There is no burden of proof upon the defendant whatsoever, and the burden never shifts to the defendant to prove her innocence. If, after giving consideration to all the facts and circumstances of this case, your minds are wavering, unsettled, or unsatisfied, then that is a doubt of the law, and you should acquit the defendant. But if no doubt exists in your minds about the guilt of the accused, then you would be authorized to convict the defendant. If the state fails to prove the defendant's guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, it would be your duty to acquit the defendant. During the trial, I may be called upon to rule on motions or objections. This is normal, and the lawyers are just doing their jobs. If I sustain the objection, you shall not consider the limited portion that was part of the objection. If I overrule the objection, you may consider that limited portion that was part of the objection. Please note that nothing I say in making these rulings or at any time during the trial is evidence and should not be considered as an indication that I have any leaning in this case whatsoever. My only interest in this case is to see that it is fairly tried according to laws and the Constitution of the state of Georgia and the Constitution of the United States. Trial procedure in a criminal trial is generally as follows. First, the attorneys for both sides have the opportunity to present opening statements. This opening statement is not evidence, but is a preview or an outline of what the attorneys expect the evidence to be. Following the opening statements, evidence will be presented. Evidence can be in the form of testimony given by witnesses or physical evidence. After the presentation of all the evidence, the attorneys have the opportunity to make a closing argument. The goal of a closing argument is to persuade you to decide the case in their favor. Following the closing arguments, I will charge you more specifically on the law that applies to this case. I will then ask you at that point to retire to the jury deliberation room and reach your verdict. The jury has a very important role. It is your duty to determine the facts of the case and apply the law to those facts. I will instruct you on the laws that apply to this case, but you must determine the facts from the evidence. It is important that you pay close attention to the evidence as it is presented during the trial. If at any time you are unable to hear or see any of the evidence being presented, or if you're uncomfortable, please let me know or one of the bailiffs know. It is important that you view the evidence with an open mind at all times and reach no final conclusion until the trial is over. Y'all have been provided pens, paper, pencils. You are not required to take notes. If you choose to take notes, you can certainly do so. Please understand each member of the jury is responsible for their own recollection of the trial. No one's notes are better than anyone else's. Certainly, y'all can make determinations as far as deliberations goes, but please understand that you're not required to take notes, but if you want to, you certainly can. After the trial is over, the notes will be collected and destroyed. Please keep an open mind and reach no final conclusions until the trial is over. You must decide this case for yourself solely on the testimony you hear from the witness stand and the exhibits admitted into evidence. Do not visit the scene. Do not conduct any legal or factual research. That means in person, online, good old-fashioned books, AI, Google, none of that stuff. What you will learn about this case, you will learn about in this courtroom only. Until you retire to deliberate, you may not discuss this case with anyone, including family, friends, even your fellow jurors. After you retire to deliberate, you may begin discussing the case with your fellow jurors, but you cannot discuss the case with anyone else until you have returned a verdict and the case is at end. This concludes my preliminary instructions, and in a moment, we will start with the lawyers giving opening statements. I understand that this matter has received some notoriety. There is a official rule called Rule 22, Uniform Superior Court Rule 22. It governs photographs, videos, etc. of proceedings. We've had approximately 7 requests from various media outlets. I've signed them all. I respect the First Amendment rights of our press, and I very much respect the open court system. I think it is a very, very valuable part of our democracy. That being said, if you have not filed an appropriate Rule 22, again, I've signed every single one. If you've not filed one and you raise your phone up like you were going to take a picture, whether you're a civilian or whether you're from the press corps, we will have a separate and distinct conversation which may result in potential contempt of court and incarceration. I'm not doing that to be mean. We're going to follow the rules. And the rule is, if you filed a Rule 22, fantastic. I've signed every single one of them. If you have not and we have a problem, then we will have a problem. Additionally, I have, as judge, I've guaranteed the state 10 spots. I've guaranteed the defense 10 spots. If you are in one of those 10 spots, you do not have to move for anyone. If anyone is in your spot, you let one of the bailiffs know, you let one of the sheriff's deputies know, and if need be, let me know and I will resolve the issue. Each side is allotted 10 spots. We have plenty of room right now. I don't think it's going to become an issue, but if it does become an issue, let's not have it become an issue. So if you have 10 spots, they're your 10 spots, feel no obligation to move. With that being said, State, ready for your opening statement?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. Proceed when ready.
Judge, if you've got a PowerPoint. Good morning. This is James David Barron. He went by David, and so that's what we're going to call him here. He was 68 years old when his life tragically came to an end at the hands of his girlfriend, the defendant, Suzanne Mericle, when she shot him, when she became unhinged and shot him in a fit of rage. Now, David and Suzanne had begun dating back in 2019. And it was a brief relationship then. They stayed in touch, and they reconnected over the years. They reconnected in the spring of 2024. The defendant was a dentist. She had a practice on St. Simon's Island, and David was an executive for a company that did construction for airports. He had two adult children, 3 grandchildren at the time of his death, and now there's 2 more grandchildren. When they reconnected in the spring of 2024, they began dating again, and it went at a much faster pace. They started dating, and they even went on vacation together with David's family to the beach. So the defendant went on the family vacation in August to the beach with them. The relationship progressed, and then in October of 2024, they bought this home together on Lake Lanier. So they bought the home, and the defendant was still working in her practice on St. Simon's Island with an eye towards retiring and coming to live here at the lake house with David. So on March 7th, 2025. Things had become a little tense. And, but the day started out as a good day. It started out as a good day. They went to the Olive Garden, they ate, they came back. They were still settling in their new home. They were unpacking boxes, they were putting together furniture. That night, they watched a movie. And we don't know a whole lot about the events that led up to the shooting that occurred late that night, early in the morning hours of March the 8th. But what the evidence will show is that the defendant had become aware that David had remained in contact with a woman from his past. A woman named Lilia, who she thought was from Romania, but was actually lives in Moldova. And David had been sending Lilia money. And the defendant was understandably upset about that. But it became something of an obsession with her. She couldn't let it go. She was constantly confronting David about it, and they were constantly fighting about it. So on the night of March 7th, 2025, what we do know, and what the evidence will show, what the physical evidence will show, is that David retreated upstairs. So in this lake house, the master bedroom is downstairs. The evidence will show that David had retreated upstairs to a guest bedroom. He had retreated to the guest bedroom, closed the door, locked the door behind him. The evidence will show that the defendant got her gun and that she came upstairs and that she fired that gun into the door where David was standing behind the door and to the side. That she got her gun, which was a Glock 9mm, she got her gun and was holding the gun so that the muzzle was around 6 inches away from the surface of the door. And she fired that gun at a sideways angle. It went through the door, it went through the corner of the wall. And David was blading himself to the side of the door in a defensive position. And the bullet hit him in the left arm, slightly above the elbow. In the left arm, it came out the same arm, went into his chest, traveled through his left lung, and hit in his thoracic aorta, and then went into the right side, fractured a rib, and kind of came to rest on the other side of his chest. So almost immediately when that happened, the defendant is on the other side of the door. She hears the impact of the bullet. She hears David make a noise, sort of like a grunt as it hits him. It hits him, and he falls forward on his face, and he falls forward in a position where he is on top of his right hand. He's right-handed. He falls on top of his right hand. His left hand is out to his side. And the defendant went to the garage and got a hammer and hammered holes into the door until she could reach in, unlock the door. So she reached in and unlocked the door, and instead of rendering medical aid or trying to resuscitate David, she goes into damage control mode. She gets David's Beretta, and she takes that Beretta and she puts it in a position on the floor or near the floor near where his left hand is. And she fires that gun. She has some problems initially getting the gun to fire because it's not her gun. She's not familiar with it. Some live rounds come out of the gun. She fires the gun, and the gun goes through what is now the open doorway out into the foyer of the home, hitting a metal baluster, hitting a wood banister, and then going out and hitting the wood. There's a wood, I think it's called a batten wall in the foyer. So it hits and nicks that wall. We think she fired 2 to 3 shots based on the evidence. A shot went all the way through the glass, and that projectile was never found. The shot that hit the wood may have ricocheted off the wood and then caused a defect in the glass, but there's fragments from the bullets in various places all throughout the house. So she had taken David's gun, she had taken it out of the holster, she had thrown the holster on the bed, gotten the gun, and done that. And then she began wiping up the blood. But before she started wiping up the blood, she took the shell casings that came from both guns and flushed them, and the projectiles that she found, the live rounds that had fallen out, she flushed them down the toilet. She flushed them down the toilet, and they were later recovered in the septic line. Then she calls 911 around 1:11 or so. She talks to them for a few minutes, doesn't give them a lot of information that's about what's going on. I don't think that call she even gives her address. She hangs up after about a minute and a half or so. Then she tries to make a call to her sister. Her sister doesn't answer, but then there's 6 minutes between when she gets off the first 911 call and she calls 911 for a second time. And then when the police come, she's not out there waiting on the steps, anxious for help. She is upstairs wiping up the blood with towels. So I want to talk to you just a little bit about the charges so that you know what to be looking for and what the state has to prove as we present the evidence to you in this case. Now, because of the defendant's actions that night, she's charged with malice murder in count 1. So she's charged with malice, causing the death of James Barron by shooting him and killing him. And then in counts 2 to 3, those are felony murder counts. And so we have charged him with 2 different felony murders with 2 counts of felony murder because she committed felony murder in 2 different ways. She committed 2 different felonies, either of which or both of which could cause the death of David Barron. So when you commit a felony, and in the process of committing that felony, and somebody is killed, that's felony murder. So here in count 4, the defendant is charged with aggravated assault for assaulting James Barron with a deadly weapon, which is a firearm, which is an object which, when used offensively, is likely to or does result in serious bodily injury, by firing the gun through a door in the direction of James Barron. So then the second felony count is criminal damage in the first degree. And so what you can be looking for as you view the evidence in regards to this count is that the defendant knowingly and without authority interfered with the door in a manner so as to endanger human life by shooting the door of a room that was occupied by a person, that being James David Barron. In count 6, the defendant is charged with possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. And so what you need to be looking for in regards to whether the state has proven that count is that we prove that the defendant had a gun on her person or in her possession, and that she used that gun to commit the crime of aggravated assault, which was the crime of shooting the gun through the door in the victim's direction. So in the final count, the defendant is charged with tampering with evidence. And so what she's charged with doing here is knowingly concealing physical evidence, that being the shell casings and the bullets, with the intent to obstruct the prosecution. Sometimes it's prosecution of another. In this case, it's the prosecution of herself. So basically, she flushed the shell casings and the bullets down the toilet in order to hide evidence of her crime. So in order to prove these charges to y'all, the state will be calling witnesses, and we will be presenting evidence through the testimony of the witnesses and some of the physical evidence that the witnesses will present on the stand. So the first witness you're going to hear from is Deputy Zachary Martin. He was the first responding officer on the scene. He had another officer with him, and when they arrived on the scene, they came up to the house in the dark, but it was lit up on the inside. And the deputies were shining their flashlights into the door. Deputy Martin went around to the side of the house to check on things, while Deputy Thomas was pounding on the door and yelling sheriff's office and shining his flashlight in that door. The defendant did not come to the door, and at one point, Deputy Martin saw her come down the stairs and then turn around and go back up the stairs, and he sees her through the foyer window, can see through the foyer window that she is in the bedroom and crouching down, appearing to be doing something, which once he goes inside, sees that she's got the towels and then she's wiping up the blood. So you're going to hear from Deputy Martin, and you are going to see some footage from his body cam about what they saw when they first walked in the house. So I'm going to play just a small portion of what they saw when they first walked into the crime scene.
She came from in here. He's on his face down.
2024 Kia Telluride, James Barron, that address.
There's a hallway with open door on the left.
Second.
Check on him.
Porsche, vacant, black in color.
Yep.
Department Sam Henry Charlie, 4742.
There, and then I'll take this room. Good.
There's a closet over here.
Okay.
It's clear. Alright. I don't have a pulse on him.
So that's what they saw. They saw David Barron lying on his face, blood everywhere, the gun next to his hand, bloody towels, and all of that. So after you hear from Deputy Martin, you're going to hear from Deputy Richard Thomas. So he was the deputy that was there, that was with Deputy Martin. He was knocking on the door, and so Deputy Martin's role was more looking over the crime scene and staying with the paramedics to make sure the crime scene wasn't disturbed. Now, Deputy Thomas's role there was staying with the defendant and keeping an eye on her. So you're going to hear some statements that the defendant made to Deputy Thomas while they were just sitting outside on the porch. Some voluntary, spontaneous utterances and statements that she made about what had happened that night. So listen for these statements when watching his body cam. And the statements are important. Listen for those statements and then listen how they compare to the statements she later gave in the interview. And also think about those statements when you're seeing and hearing the evidence about the physical evidence on the scene, because it just simply, you will see from the evidence that it does not add up. So what statements did she make to Deputy Thomas? He grabbed my neck. She's talking about David. She's saying, David grabbed my neck. David made me go upstairs. He tried to shoot me and he shot at me. I got dragged down the stairs and then I got my gun. We got into a fight a couple weeks ago and I decided to drive home. And that is, she's talking about a separate incident that we'll talk about briefly in just a minute. And then she's also talking about the separate incident where she left the house and got a DUI. And she's saying, he made me leave the house. Then also, she says to Deputy Thomas that David dragged me up the stairs. He said he was going to kill me. I said he'd been drinking too much. He said he'd shoved the gun down my throat. I was walking up the stairs and he said, stay away, and he shot the gun. I tried to shoot the doorknob off, or I tried to shoot the lock off. She says this 9 different times, that that's what she was trying to do to Deputy Thomas, that she was trying to shoot the doorknob or the lock off of that closed door. Now, in addition to Deputy Thomas, you're going to hear from Investigator Matthew Mefford. This is him sitting at the table with us today. He's the lead investigator on the case. And one of his roles as the lead investigator was to interview the defendant. So at the sheriff's office, at the law enforcement center, he sat down with the defendant and talked to her about what had happened. And so here's some of the statements that she made during that interview, and I want you to listen for them we'll play the interview for you. And so you be listening for these things. She said that, now she's talking about an incident that happened on February 16th, an earlier incident, that she went upstairs and laid there for 3 hours and couldn't go to sleep. So then I thought, I'm just going to go to St. Simon's. So I got up and got dressed and got all my stuff and put it in the car, and then I went upstairs. He had the door locked, and I said I was leaving. So, and we'll talk some more about that incident in a minute. We keep getting in big fights because of this woman being Lilia, the woman that he is having contact with and sending money to. He said, I got your phone and your journal, and I was going up the stairs to get them. So this is in relation to the incident that night of the shooting. She's saying that he had had her phone and his journal, and that she was going upstairs to get those items from the shooting. Also be listening for this, and keep this in mind as you view the evidence and as you listen to the testimony. She told Investigator Mefford, we'd never gotten like this, ever, ever, ever. So things had never, ever, ever gotten that bad as it was that night. She says David was drinking too for a long time, Jack Daniels and maybe some beer. And then she admitted that she flushed 2 to 3 live rounds down the toilet downstairs in the master bedroom. She said that she denied picking up her shell casing from when she fired her Glock. She denied shooting a gun towards the stairs, and she said his gun was right there on the floor with my phone. She also then says, I don't think he shot his gun, I shot my gun, and she says, he didn't shoot me at all. He never shot his gun. So lots of contradictory statements to listen for coming from the defendant. And these are significant because she's saying that he never shot his gun, but then she had said earlier to Deputy Thomas that he shot at her as she was coming up the stairs. So listen for the inconsistencies. She said the holster was on the floor. I don't know why I went and got my gun. She denied picking up the shell casing. She had an injury to her hand that's sometimes referred to as slide bite. Some of y'all that have guns know what, when sometimes if you rack it, you're not holding it right, you can get cut right there. And she said she got that from playing with his gun downstairs because he was had asked her to hold his gun and see if it fit her hand. That was one of the statements that she made to Deputy Mefford. She also said in reference to the fact that she had stated that she was going upstairs just to get her phone because he had her phone. It's just a phone, I know better. She also said, I said, give me my phone. And she also said, I should have just let him keep my phone. She told Mefford, I was waiting for the police and sitting on the stairs. And so be thinking about that when you watch Deputy Martin's body cam. And they come to the door and it takes her almost 2 minutes to come to the door. She told Mefford, I was waiting for the police and was sitting on the stairs. She said, I wasn't trying to shoot him. And she said to Investigator Mefford, I was just trying to shoot the doorknob off. She said, either that, sometimes she said, or she would say it, I was trying to shoot the lock off, but 19 times she says that to Investigator Mefford. So be listening for that in your interview. And be watching for this. Although she is acting dramatic and hysterical, when she's talking to Deputy Thomas and Investigator Mefford, look for any tears. See if you can see any actual tears coming out of her eyes during either of those statements. So we also expect to hear from Sergeant Cameron Durham. He is our crime scene investigator. He has been a crime scene investigator in Hall County for 25 years. And so we're going to go through with him. He took pictures of all the things at the crime scene. So you're going to see a lot of pictures of the evidence and the crime scene through Sergeant Durham. So one of the important things that he took a picture of, this is the door that the defendant shot through. And so this is the door. The door is open in this picture, so it's not like it was when the evidence will show that the gun was fired, but it's just open for the purpose of taking the measurement and taking the picture. So you'll see, and Investigator Durham will testify that where his finger is right around where the bullet went through the door. So this is the side that she shot through from the outside. And you heard all those statements, or you will hear all those statements about how she was trying to shoot the doorknob and shoot the door lock off. Well, the bullet, you'll hear, the evidence will show, went into the door 8 inches above that. So that's what he's pointing to in that picture. When the muzzle of the gun was only 6 inches away from the door. And so in this picture, you can see better the bullet hole. And if you look really close, you can see some little black speckles around the hole. That's called stippling. And Investigator Durham will tell you that what that indicated to him was that the defendant had been standing about 6 inches away from the door when the muzzle was 6 inches away from the surface of the door when she shot at David. You're going to see pictures of the trajectory. So this is the inside of the door. This is the other side of the door. So this rod here indicates the path of the bullet. It came at a sideways angle through the door, nicked that wall, and then went around and kept going in that direction. And you're going to hear Investigator Durham, in his opinion, that David was standing about right here when he was shot and killed. Now you're going to hear about the holster on the bed. You're going to hear that the evidence will show that the defendant had picked up the holster and already had blood on her hands. When she picked up the holster and she unsnapped the holster and she got David's gun out of the holster to shoot it out to make it look like self-defense. So she took the holster and she threw it on the bed, and then she got the gun out and David's gun out and started firing it. So that's the holster. You're going to hear that there was blood on the holster. The holster was there. A sample was taken, a swab was taken from the holster, and it was sent to the crime lab. And the crime lab found it positive for blood on the holster. And then you're going to hear evidence about the outward trajectory of the shots that the defendant fired from the Beretta. So this picture, the yellow dowel rod, shows the direction of the bullet as it came outwards through the open door and into the foyer. And this is a picture of the other angle of that. Investigator Durham will testify that the projectile hit the metal rod, and he doesn't know if it was the same projectile that hit the metal rod and the wood banister, or if it's two different. He's just trying to show the general direction that the shots were fired in. So from a low level on the ground, and then they came outward, hitting the wood, and then hitting, you can see here there's a defect in the wood, and then holes in the glass. And then the rounder hole is one, I believe, that Investigator Durham will testify that they never could locate the projectile that went through that. And so this is a still shot that you're going to see from Deputy Martin's body cam that shows the position of the victim, Mr. Barron, when the first responding officers got on the scene right before the paramedics started trying the life-saving measures on him. And it shows the bloody towels where the defendant left them. It shows the gun on top of the blood. And that is another picture of the towels, Mr. Barron's Beretta that the evidence will show was fired and left set there by the defendant, and that's the hammer that she used to get in the door. And then you can see the bloody footprints. Investigator Durham will testify about the bloody footprints from the defendant going into the bathroom and flushing the casings and 2 live rounds down the toilet, not from the master bedroom, but from the upstairs bedroom, the upstairs guest bedroom where she killed Mr. Barron. Now this picture you're gonna hear about. It is important because this is the kitchen, but they had to cut a hole in the ceiling of the kitchen, and up above that is the toilet where the shell casings and the projectiles were flushed. And so they enlisted the help of a septic tank professional who helped them get there in the septic tank. They had taken the toilet out in the guest bedroom where Mr. Barron was. They had taken the toilet out. They put the camera down the pipe and found one of the live rounds up there. And so they got it out from the pipe that was right under the toilet in the upstairs bathroom. And that's a picture of the round that they recovered out of that pipe. There was one more live round that was found further down the line, more underneath the house, and then 2 shell casings that had moved further along that were in the septic tank line. And so we expect that to be evidence that we show concerning the tampering with evidence. And so that's where they got shell casings out of the line. This is, I expect you're going to see a picture of the live rounds. So it turned out to be there were a total of 4 live rounds that were ejected from the Beretta that the defendant was trying to manipulate in some way and just wasn't operating it correctly when she was firing those shots outward. So she did flush 2 that she found down the toilet, but then there were 2 that she did not find that were maybe had lodged underneath Mr. Barron's body or something like that, because they, after the paramedics came and the crime scene investigator came, they found this one, and then they found this. And what you'll notice about this live round is that it was found on top of the packaging that went in that came in the transport bag that they ended up carrying Mr. Barron out in. So it had gotten kicked out or something, or it had come loose from somewhere, and so the defendant had actually missed those 2 live rounds when she was concealing the evidence and flushing it down the toilet. So in addition to Sergeant Durham, our crime scene investigator, you're going to hear some witnesses from the GBI. You're going to hear from Bryson Miller. He's going to tell you that he tested that sample of blood that Investigator Durham took from the holster, and it was positive for blood. You're going to hear from Martin Gravely. He's the firearms examiner with the GBI, and he looked at both the guns and determined that the projectile that the medical examiner retrieved from the body of Mr. Barron was fired from the defendant's Glock. He's also going to testify that the shell casings that were submitted to him, that one of them came from the Glock, and that one of them came from 2 of them came from the Beretta. So he's going to say that these guns fired these things, and he's going to testify about that. You're going to hear from a toxicologist that did the blood work that was submitted by the medical exam into toxicology, and he's going to tell you that, and so be listening for this, because when you listen to some of the statements the defendant made about that the victim had been drinking, he's going to testify that there was no blood, alcohol in Mr. Barron's blood at the time of his death. The medical examiner is going to testify. She's going to tell you the path of the bullet, that it went through the left arm, into the chest, through the left lung, through the thoracic aorta, and into Mr. Barron's right lung, hitting a rib and stopping in the chest cavity. That the cause of Mr. Barron's death was the gunshot wound of the torso and the upper extremity, and that the manner of death is homicide. Now, in addition to all the science and crime lab witnesses, you're going to hear some witnesses that are going to talk about motive. Now, the state doesn't have to prove motive, but it certainly is helpful, especially in a case like this. And so you're going to hear testimony about December 28th of 2024. And that is the day that the defendant found out that Mr. Barron was having contact with Lilia. That's when she first found out about Lilia, and she confronted him. They got in a fight. He wanted to leave. She took his car keys, and she actually pointed a gun at Mr. Barron. Mr. Barron, she finally gave him his car keys, and he left, and he fled to a hotel. You're also going to hear on January 4th of 2025 that on that day, the defendant became upset because she found out, I think she was looking around in Mr. Barron's things, and she found out that he had been sending money to Lilia and her daughter. She became upset about that. Understandably so, it wasn't a smart thing to do. Even Mr. Barron's family didn't like him doing that, but he was doing that. She was becoming increasingly upset about it. And she confronted him, and he again retreated and went to a hotel. You were going to hear testimony about February 1st of 2025 when they are in St. Simon's, when David Barron had gone to visit the defendant in St. Simon's, and they had gone out to dinner, and they were having a nice dinner, but they got in a fight. She started confronting him about Lilia again upset about Lilia. And they were yelling at dinner, and they were yelling when they came back to the condo, and they were yelling outside the condo, and some neighbors or some people that were staying in a nearby unit actually called the police. And the police came out there, and what they actually found out was that David was trying to leave. He was trying to get inside the condo. The defendant had gotten inside the condo. He wanted to get inside and get his things. She would not let him inside. He was trying to open the door to get his things where he could leave. And in doing that, she was pushing against the door, trying to push it closed. And when he was pushing the door open, she fell over and hit her head. And the police came. The police came, they talked to both parties, and they determined that it was an accident and no arrests were made. David was finally able to leave, and he left. And so then you're also going to hear, just continuing on, that there are continued confrontations by the defendant about her dissatisfaction with what Mr. Barron is doing. She's becoming increasingly unhinged and upset about this, and she just cannot move past it. She cannot let it go. He's not listening to her, doing what she wants, and so they get in another fuss. And he goes to that same guest room. He goes upstairs and goes into the guest room to go to bed to avoid her. And she went to sleep at first in the master downstairs, but she couldn't sleep, and so she decided that she was just going to leave and go back to St. Simon's. So she did that, but she had been drinking, and so she got arrested for DUI as she was leaving town. And so that's the context for those statements that she makes when she talks to the investigators and the officers about, she makes some comments about why she was driving. So the evidence is going to show that just over time that the defendant became just unhinged. David was not listening to her. She couldn't control what he was doing. He wasn't doing what she wanted him to do. She didn't like what she was doing. She was reaching out to people, sending screenshots of Lilia, complaining about Lilia, and just obsessed with it. So you're gonna hear about that, and then you're also gonna hear and see texts from the defendant to David that will show the state of their relationship, that will show her aggressive and controlling behavior towards him, her frustration with him, and in the context of that, you'll see his calm, reserved, and reasonable reaction to her continued confrontation about that through their text messages. So as you hear the evidence, view the evidence in this case, this is going to be a case not about what or who, but why. So I want you to ask yourself 2 questions as you're hearing the evidence in the case. The first question is, were the defendant's actions reasonable? Was that reasonable? The second question is, why was David Barron, why had he retreated? And why was he hiding back there? And after we've presented all the evidence to you in the case, the evidence is going to show that the defendant was unhinged and obsessed and irrationally angry. And she lost it. She lost it. And she shot David Barron on purpose through that door and killed him. And we'll come back and ask you to find him guilty on all the counts. Thank you. Do you need this?
No, Judge. We're plugged in here, Judge, but it's not. I don't know why it's not coming up.
I've hit the lawyer R laptop button on my end.
All right, let's see if we got it. Still not coming up, Judge. I have no idea why that's not working. We're booted up, ready to go.
Can the state do the court a favor and plug his laptop into your feed, and let's just do it that way?
Oh, you have it.
I've got an extension.
You can try it on our phone.
Yeah, it must be because you guys were booted up.
I unplugged ours.
Judge, give me just 1 second, and we'll try this over here.
Take a 15-minute break. Welcome back. Thank you so much. All right, thank you. Please be seated. We will now begin with opening statements from the defense.
Thank you, Judge. I wish that you guys were going to get the chance to meet this woman. But you won't. You won't. This is a woman from a family of 7 siblings, raised in St. Simons Island area. Put herself through medical school and dental school and ran a solo dental practice for 32 years in the St. Simons area. A stranger to nobody. A real light in her eyes. I wish you were going to get a chance to meet her, but you won't. There was only one thing after raising 3 kids, running a dental practice for 32 years, there was one thing she didn't have as she's nearing her retirement. Loving, committed relationship, somebody to spend it with. Enter James David Barron. 6'3", 235 pounds. An ex-football player from the University of Tennessee. And even the Cowboys. He played defense. He was known to hit hard. She thought she had found her Prince Charming. She literally would call him her knight in shining armor. And he would call her his Cinderella. And yes, it went fast. It went lightning fast. From summer of 2024, when their relationship truly began in earnest, to October of 2024, they own this house in Hall County, 4238 Bay Ridge Drive, at a cost of $1.59 million. And a mortgage of $1.33250. A monthly payment that was north of $9,000 a month. And this is the first time, about the time they close on this house, when it starts to shift. The shining armor, This was somebody who had opinions about what she wore, what she was to eat, what she was to do with her money from the sale of her dental practice. This was someone who put their hands on her over and over and over again. Sometimes just grab her head and smash it up against the inside of a car right against the little side window. Other time, toss her purse out on the road while they're driving down the street. Sometimes he did things to her that should not be done to any woman. And every time, every single time, it ended the same way. Apologies. I'm sorry. I'll never do this again. And when it was over, there were 2 rules. He's a really good man. She told everybody, he's a really, really good man. And number 2, you don't tell a soul what he's done to you. Nobody. And she didn't. She never told a soul. That's when the nightmare started. That's when her inability to sleep began. And yeah, it's true. It is true that on December 28th of 2024, she found out about this woman here on the right, Lilia Bokan from Moldova, and her daughter on the left, Emily Estrade. And it's true, she didn't like that one bit. True. It turned out Mr. Barron was not only getting these two women brought into the United States with a green card, but also he was paying for their apartment to the tune of $3,500 a month in the state of New Jersey. And yeah, she didn't like that one bit. It's true. And they would fight, and it was violent. Apologies again. Two rules. He's a really good man. He's a really good man. And what he did to you is not to be discussed. So she didn't tell us so. And the nightmares continued. Let's get down to what happened here, folks. On March 6th, the day before the shooting, she made the trip from St. Simon's Island. That's 6 hours in the car, in case y'all have never been there. She was driving David Barron's car, James David Barron's car, from St. Simon's to Hall County. Why did she have his car? Well, because her car had an issue. You're going to hear about what that is. It wouldn't run. She has his car. She did what she normally did on Thursday. She went to go see her personal trainer. She worked out. And she said, I'm canceling tomorrow's appointment. I'm coming up to Hall County. And she drove up here in David Barron's car. David Barron had been trying to drive her car. He'd been trying to drive her car, but he couldn't make it work. It wouldn't run. So he had to go rent a car. And when she got there on March 6th, the very next day, March 7th, they returned that car. Yeah, it was a pretty good day. It was a pretty good day that day in the beginning. They returned that car, and there are now two vehicles at this house, two. One does not work, it's hers. The other one that works is his. One set of keys, the keys to his car. March 7th. So we get to the evening. She makes them dinner. She makes him scrambled eggs just the way he likes it. Little milk, salt and pepper, some butter. Puts that in a frying pan. She gets bacon, puts it in another frying pan, waits till they're cooked on the right way, flips them over, some kielbasa, serves them dinner. And when it's done, cleans it up, cleans up their plates. He falls asleep in front of the television set. There was something on her phone. There was something on her phone that she'd forgotten to delete. When she came back into the living room, he'd seen it. He'd seen it. And he was enraged. He'd never gotten like this before. He was enraged. And all 6'3", 235 pounds of him came over and choked her, cutting off her air, just choking her. Then he slammed her up against a wall, grabbing her arms, throwing her up against another wall. He can toss her like a rag doll, and he did. Then he decides, you know what? Let me get my gun. Let me take your phone. Let me take the only keys to the only car in this house. At 1:06 a.m. He tells her, no one's leaving this house tonight. He comes back over, he grabs her, he drops her down to her knees, and he's got her right there in front of him, and he wants something from her. And he's going to make it happen. And she won't do it as good as he wants it done, and through the tears, yes, real tears, through the tears coming down, he takes the gun and he says, legitimately, I will shove this down your throat. Do not close your eyes tonight. Cruises on upstairs, slams the door so loud as he gets upstairs that it sounds like a shot. And with those tears mixed with the taste of his sex organ in her mouth, she's got to make a choice. The only way out of there is to get her phone. She cannot leave. This house is a 33-minute walk to the next possible intersection. It is isolated. There are no lights. She has no car. Oh, sure, she could walk out the front door and go to a neighbor. He's on her in 2 seconds if she does that. She gets her gun. She goes up, and by the way, yeah, this is how she looks. She gets her gun. She goes up those stairs, and she even gives him a chance. Give me my phone. Give me my phone. I am leaving. Give me my phone. Nothing. David, I'm going to shoot the lock off this door. I'm going to shoot this lock. Give me my phone. Nothing. And with her hands shaken, every part of her body vibrating, her inability to even breathe, these deep gasps, she does fire at that lock. She does. And you've already heard, this was a strange looking shot. Through a door, through a wall, out a wall, and unfortunately, truly tragically, hits him. Now she's locked outside of a door. Still can't call 911, no phone. This 5'5", 120-pound woman then marshals up the strength to sprint down the 2 flights of stairs, grab a hammer, bash a hole in it so that she can get through and unlock the door and get in to help this man. And she does it. She does it. And as soon as she gets in there, she picks up the phone, her phone, and she calls 911 immediately. Over and over again. She dials over and over again, over and over again. She tries to call her sister. She tries to call 911 over and over and over again, and she can see that he is dead. He is dead. And this is what's going through her mind. Nobody's coming. They're not there fast enough. Yeah. She picked up his gun for sure. She shot 2 shots with that gun, that's for sure. This wasn't an attempt. This was not an attempt to set the scene. This was a suicide attempt. Twice. Police come. She can't even articulate anything. She can't even tell the 911 people anything. They can barely get the address of the house down. Remember those rules. Unfortunately, even though anybody looking at this person would know he's deceased, anybody, unfortunately, she's told by EMS that when his body left the scene, he was still alive. She's told he's still alive. She believes it because she wants to, desperately. It's not true. It's not true, but she believes it. And she almost had the courage, even still believing that he was alive, she almost had the courage to break one of the rules and tell him the truth about what he'd done. She almost had the courage, but she wanted.
Is he okay?
I will learn that here in a minute.
Sounds all the sounds so stupid.
It's okay.
I was coming back up the stairs because he's never gotten like this, ever, ever, ever. I mean, he's pushed me a few times, and I don't know if I should tell you everything.
Well, the more you tell me, it helps me understand what happened.
God, please help. I'm about to throw up. I just need to know how he is.
We'll find that out in here in a minute. But, so what happened when you went up the stairs?
That was as close as they got to finding it out. A couple of things. Ms. Bagwell said the medical examiner is going to testify and say this is a homicide, but that doesn't mean anything to do with what your job is here today. Homicide just means death at the hands of another. It doesn't mean murder. Self-defense cases are called homicides by medical examiners, okay? Even reckless conduct cases where somebody did something recklessly, not trying to kill somebody, but maybe recklessly, they still call that homicide. It's not going to get you where you need to go and what your job is here today. We agree. This case isn't about what. It's about why. It's about why. She was justified in using that force. We think you're going to agree with us. She was. Wish you'd get a chance to meet her, but you won't.
State, call your first witness.
State calls Deputy Zach Martin.
Come on up. If you would, raise your right hand. You swear affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I swear.
Thank you so much. Please have a seat, adjust the microphone, use the microphone. Thank you.
Don't go in there.
Can you introduce yourself to the jury, please, and tell them where you work?
I'm Deputy Zachary H. Martin, currently employed with the Hall County Sheriff's Office. I've been employed with Hall County since June 19th of 2023.
And prior to June 19th of 2023, do you have any law enforcement experience?
Before being employed with Hall County, I worked for the Habersham County Sheriff's Office. I started with them in June of 2015.
And prior to your law enforcement experience, do you have any military experience?
I joined the Army National Guard in 2012, did a combat deployment in 2014, 2015.
So I want to go ahead and direct your attention to March 8th of 2025. Did you receive a call to go to 4238 Bay Ridge Drive in Hall County on that day?
I did.
And what was the nature of the call?
It came out as a problem unknown.
Okay. And Judge, at this time, I would like to tender and play the 911 call as State's Exhibit 1. We had previously submitted a business record certification and notification to the defense of the 911 call.
No objection to States 1.
States 1 is admitted without objection.
We could have just one moment, Judge.
Hall County 911, where's the address of your emergency?
Oh my God, I need help.
What's going on?
I need help.
What is going on?
Please help me. Please help me.
Where are you at?
I'm at.
Where are you?
I'm at 4238 Mavis Drive.
Okay. What's your name? All right. Tell me exactly what's happened. What? Tell me exactly what's happened. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? What's going on? Hello?
County 911, what's the address of the emergency?
I have an emergency. He's dead.
What's going on?
I need help.
What is happening?
Oh my God. Oh, baby. Hello.
Can you tell me what's going on?
What?
Can you tell me what happened?
I can't hear you. What?
Can you tell me what happened?
No, I just need some help.
Okay, what's wrong?
He's dead. No. Oh my God. There's blood.
Okay, and who is it?
He needs help. I can't feel a pulse. Please send the ambulance. Oh my God.
Can you tell me your address?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. 4238.
10-4.
Wait.
4238. Okay, I need to know what happened, okay?
Please, an ambulance.
You need it, okay. Can you tell me what happened?
Please, an ambulance. Hurry.
We've already got one on the way, okay? I need to know what happened.
Oh my God! Baby! He's not alive!
He's still alive?
Oh my
Okay, we've got help on
God!
the way. I need some officers outside.
Oh my God! Oh my! Oh my God!
Okay, are you able to go to your front door? Can you hear me? No.
Hall County Dispatch, how may I?
Have you had the opportunity to review the incident detail report or CAD report from EMS on this case?
Yes.
And can you tell the jury what time the first call was placed?
The initial call came in at 1:11 a.m.
Okay. And what time did the caller hang up on the first call?
The initial call ended at 1:13 a.m.
Okay. And then what time was the second call placed?
The second call came in at 1:13 and it disconnected at 1:13. The span between the first call, the second call, and the second call ending was roughly 30 seconds.
Okay. And then what about the last call?
The third call came in at 1:19 a.m.
Okay. And so what time did you arrive there at 4238 Bay Bridge Drive?
It was between 1:19 a.m. and 1:22 a.m. I don't remember exactly what time I arrived there.
Okay. And was anyone waiting at the door or outside on the steps for you?
No.
What did you see when you first arrived there?
So arriving on scene at the house, we could clearly see that there was a hole going through one of the windows upstairs. We could see that something had busted through one of the panels of one of the windows. All the lights inside the residence were on.
And so what did you do?
So as Deputy Thomas approached the front door of the house to go attempt to make contact with our caller, until we identify him, we refer to him as caller. I went to the side of the house to see, I heard something rustling, I didn't know if it was a person or what, so I went to the side of the house to go look and see if it was somebody. Turns out it was just an animal running through the woods. After that, I walked back up to the top of the hill, so I had a better overall view of everything that's going on, so I'm not right there at the window. So if you're right at the window, your field of vision is not as great as it would be from a vantage point further back, so I was standing at the road. That's when I started calling out over the radio that I have a hole inside of one of the windows upstairs. Deputy Thomas is still down knocking and announcing sheriff's office. I kind of make my way towards the driveway and start walking down so I can kind of get a little bit better of a view of inside the residence. When we're approaching houses, we try to use different angles of approach so we can have more of a view of everything that's going on. So if you think about it like walking through a doorway. If you just walk straight through that doorway, you have just that straight view, and it kind of cants out just a little bit. Whereas if you angle yourself at the door, you'll have a little bit further view going down from whichever angle you're approaching. So as I'm approaching the house on the right-hand side where the driveway's at, I see Miss Suzanne walking across, for lack of better terms, a catwalk across the stairs with something white inside of her hands. I approach up to the window. I start shining my flashlight, yelling sheriff's office, announce the sheriff's office, shining my light through the windows. See Suzanne go crouch down, drop the towel down, kind of does back and forth motion like scrubbing on the floor. See her get up, walk partially down the first set of stairs, turn around, walk right back up, and then go back to the same position, crouched over on the ground, and start scrubbing the floor again. That's when I loudly announced sheriff's office. It was actually loud enough to the point where one of the neighbors came outside. We ignored him for a little while, but it took about 30 seconds after that where she actually stops, comes down the stairs. At one point, she actually turns and looks at me and then continues to act like doing this motion right here, like she's scrubbing the floor.
Okay. And so how did you get how did she finally come to the door?
I don't know if it's just a combination of me loudly announcing the sheriff's office and the flashlight, or turning and looking and finally just deciding she's going to come down the stairs. In the process of it, my supervisor had arrived on scene, so need be, we would have breached the door, but thankfully she came down the stairs and we didn't have to go that route.
Okay. And how bright is I think you testified that you shine your flashlight?
Yes. So
Where did you shine your flashlight?
through the glass, the front door to begin with, through when you saw the picture of the house, the very top window there, and then as I approached the house, the bottom window shining upwards.
Okay, how bright is your flashlight?
It's a very bright flashlight. This is the flashlight that I used that night, even with the lights on. This is the brightest setting that it has. So, and there's, if the body cam, I don't know if it'll be played the full amount, you can actually see this portion right here that indicates me using the flashlight when it's being used and stuff. So even with this being the lights on in here and using it, me doing this right here, it's still clearly visible. Okay. If anyone in here has seizures, please let me know and I won't do that again.
And so were you wearing a body cam that night?
I was. It's not this body cam. We have upgraded our body cams since the initial incident, but my body cam was on and it was still in this position. If I completely disconnect it, you can see the outline of where my body cam is set the entire time.
Have you had the opportunity to review your body cam prior to coming to court today?
I have.
And is it a true and accurate representation of what you saw that evening?
Yes.
Judge of State tenders the Deputy Martin's body cam as State's Exhibit 2.
What's the 5 name, Jennifer? Ms. Bagwell, sorry. You renamed it. Was it Bay Ridge 2-2, or is it printed? Bren 2? Okay. States 2? No objection, 2.
States 2 is admitted without objection.
The female's no longer responding.
See if we can get contact with the door. No, see if you can get contact at the door. Just remember, it's a lot of glass.
I'll go to the sheriff's office. If you're inside, go to the door.
4131 radio.
4131.
I do have a glass window that has a giant hole through it. Where are you hearing screaming from?
It's over to the right, sounds like it's coming from upstairs.
Come to the door now! I have movement.
Okay, movement.
There's a female up here in the stairwell.
You know, stairwell.
Here she comes. Sheriff's office, come to your door! She's coming down. Cell phone. She's covered in blood. I don't have eyes on. There she is. She's coming to the door now.
Hey man, step out here, what's going on? Step out here.
217 radio, copy 22728.
Get her over there.
Come over here.
Go over there.
Over here. Go over here.
Tag 0, you need to get Delta 3410, ID 3410. Second one is towards tag 0, Hotel Charlie 4742.
Is there anyone else in the house?
4742.
Yes, I think he's dead.
Who's dead? What happened?
Oh, she just came to the door. Stay with her.
Hey, stay with her. We're gonna go inside, all right?
He needs an ambulance.
Okay, we're about to figure that out. Hey man, tell me what happened. Let's move directly to where the gunshots are.
She came from upstairs in this room up on top of the stairs.
We're gonna briefly check this.
I had a basement and a garage up here. Do it.
Let's go upstairs.
She came from in here. He's on the floor, face down.
2024 Kia Telluride,
Gun.
James David, that address.
There's a hallway with a normal.
Second.
Check on him.
Porsche, Macon, black in color.
Yep.
Department Sam Henry Charlie, 4742.
There, and then I'll take this room.
There's a closet over here.
Okay.
It's clear. All right. I don't have the pulse on him.
House is clear. Alright, so what, we got two guns. What are we looking at here?
There's a hammer gun there.
Let me step in. Take a look. God, that's slippery. Alright. Multiple gunshots, dude. Who did this? So you've already cleared that?
Yes, sir.
I got you. Well, there we go. So, two guns, hammer. Just leave him where he is right now.
You got run through here, run through here.
You can clear the channel. Okay.
Maryland, start patrol,
I wonder if those are her footprints. She barefoot?
Who it was?
right then on this fireside.
We're yelling sheriff's office is where.
They're clear to enter. Just have them meet with 4130 out front.
We're yelling sheriff's office and she was running back in here.
Okay. So I wonder if she was trying to clean that up or if somebody else put that there. Don't touch
She
anything.
definitely put that there. I saw her put that there.
Okay. Don't touch anything. Man, I'm very confused about this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, no. It looks like 3.
Are you 4120? Yes,
Maybe
10 more.
just 2. All right.
10 more, 7.
This is her boyfriend, is what she said?
I haven't heard her say anything other than he needs an ambulance.
Okay. You
Would this?
stay here.
We'll step out that way.
Um,
The balcony.
Yeah, probably a better idea. Maybe gently. There we go. 2 guns. Come on.
Looks like it's a
2 guns.
possible bit of a shooting.
4140 radio, you show me today.
Here's what I'm looking at, right? We got, well, that one I think clipped the door, and I think that's that one right there. You see that? In
The wall one?
No, the one in the wall right there.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3. Okay, well, it's a confusing scene, but we'll figure it out. All right, I'm gonna go downstairs. All right, there's also one here.
4216, 4110. You still need additional guys, 1039.
We don't need any additional units. 4110 radio, have on-call persons place me at 21.
There's also a base there.
See it right there?
Yeah, right here.
4216 radio, fall back up.
That looks like it came from that
Well,
person.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know, man. It's a lot. Just don't touch anything.
Oh, nope.
You guys out there?
Yep. Hey,
Get a crime scene officer and tape all around the property.
the basement.
He is
Yeah, he's,
unconscious, not breathing, no pulse.
there's one gun here, one gun on the
Careful
floor.
where you step, please.
It is very slick.
I'll get that set up. I'll get that.
You do that, I'm gonna
Yes, sir.
take a look.
Next car.
You don't have gloves, do you?
Not on me.
Okay.
Not here. I got the
Hey, just let me know they rolled him over onto his back.
Oh,
I'm gonna start CPR until we get the pads on at least. Don't you think we'll see?
I checked neck and foot and didn't feel anything. Y'all got one great.
Where's the, did you see the exit one?
I haven't touched them.
This one we'll just probably start working it until it is.
4131 radio.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna start CPR now.
4131.
If you would put a note in the log that fire EMS has started CPR and they also rolled this individual over. Please watch real step.
Yeah, I noticed.
I was just gonna just at least start CPR until we get them on the pads and see what we're working with.
I can hold it. Is this one of y'all's phones? Nope, that's not. Okay.
Okay.
For the record, we announced the time.
8:47, Judge.
Thank you.
So I'd like to go back to the beginning. And I think you had testified earlier that it took a little bit of effort to get the caller to come to the door.
Yes.
Can you step down and, Judge, what I'd like him to do is step down and pause
That's fine.
and go through the body cam because he knows exactly what to point out to the jury, so I'd like him to do that.
I think it should work. Try and do it like on a piece of paper to make it.
Bear with me while I figure this out. Alright. So I was going to approach the house. That's the window I was telling you about. Here. Huh?
The female's no longer responding.
See if we can get contact with the door. No, see if you can get contact at the door. Just remember, it's a lot of glass.
All County Sheriff's Office, if you're inside, go to the door.
4131 radio.
4131.
I do have a glass window that has a giant hole through it.
Yep. 1033 Bears Drive.
Hey, I hear screaming and stuff. That's like a response.
Where are you hearing screaming from?
It's over to the right. Sounds like it's coming from upstairs.
So, right here.
Okay,
You can,
tell us what you're seeing right there.
you can clearly see a set of legs right here. That's the collar. You can see she's coming down the stairs. And just keep an eye on the spot. It's a little hard with body cam being on my chest, so every time I any breathing or anything like that, it's a small camera, so it fluctuates a lot. But so this is at 1:33 in the video. Now she's going back up the stairs. So she had started coming down the stairs and then gone back up the stairs. Prior to that, I saw her walk across, like I said, the catwalk that's up there. You can't see it, unfortunately, in my body camera with the glare from my flashlight and the windows on the inside.
Come to the door now!
Movement. So right here, and if you, I don't know if this zooms in or not, but you can look and you can actually see her right here. So if y'all are me, this right here. Where's my mouse? Female up here. So at one point in time during this process, she actually turns over her shoulder and looks at me.
No, Sarah.
Alright. So right here is where she's starting to stand up, and rewind it just a little bit if you keep an eye on that spot. So right here. There's a female up here in the stairwell.
No, Sarah.
And right there, she starts standing up. Here she comes.
Sheriff's office, come to your door!
She's coming down. So the first time I announced sheriff's office is when the neighbor comes out. When I was walking, you could see the house. When I turned around, it was the house directly to the right of their residence. So if you're standing on their front porch, looking to the right, he's the neighbor that came out.
Cell phone. She's covered in blood. I don't have eyes on. There she is. She's coming to the door.
That's good. All right, thank you. You had the opportunity to review some still shots that came from your body cam.
I did.
Judge, I'd like to go first, take a look at these and see if you recognize them.
I do.
Okay, and what are they?
The first one is me checking the pulse on our victim's leg. It looks like, appears to be the right leg with my left hand.
Hold on a second. Is there going to be a potential objection on this?
3, 4, 5, no objection.
3, 4, 5 are admitted without objection.
For right now, just tell us if you recognize the pictures. And then we'll go through them one by one.
Okay.
On the screen.
I recognize all of them.
Okay. And are they still shots from your body cam?
They are.
Judge, the state tenders 3, 4, and 5, if you haven't already.
They're admitted.
Okay, thank you, Judge. All right, so looking at State's Exhibit 3, tell us what's going on in this picture and what all you observed.
So you can see up on the left leg up there. Can I stand up?
Sure,
Yes.
please.
Up here. You can clearly see where the handgun is at right here. You can vaguely make out the hammerhead here and the handle grip right here for the hammer, and then the towel that was being used to wipe up blood.
Okay. And so then what is that in the left corner of the picture that we're seeing? Is that your hand?
Yes. So this is my hand, which is very easily identifiable by the bracelet that I wear.
And what is that item that's near your hand on the victim's leg?
The blood, the shadow for me, the blood right here, and then you've got his pant leg and his sock. And I'm attempting to check pulse on the bottom of the leg.
Okay,
Achilles
and
area.
what is that item that's kind of on his pants?
The blood. Can't tell if that's a towel. That looks like a towel.
Okay. Did you, or was it that way when you walked in the room?
Sorry, bear with me, that was since 4 o'clock is correct. You got a towel here with the tag that's sticking on the towel going down across it.
All right. And then now moving to State's Exhibit 4. Is that it? Is that it? Oh. All right, and a similar picture, and are you able to see the gun a little bit better in that picture?
Yes. So here you can actually clearly make out the handgun. You can see the pistol grip for the handgun here and the barrel facing up towards our victim's body.
Okay,
You can also make out a little bit better here the handle grip for the hammer and the hammerhead here, as well as the white towel.
and then State's Exhibit 5.
So clear view of the pistol in question, as well as the hammer that is partially covered up by a towel. You can see a little bit clearer now. You got that hammer handle starts here at the head of the hammer here, just partially covered up by a towel. You can also notice in the picture, blood has kind of been pushed towards the victim's body.
Okay. And did anyone touch or move that gun while you were there?
No.
And did you see the crime scene investigator actually remove the gun from the scene?
Yes, before I left the scene, the handgun was removed by crime scene.
And what was underneath the
There
gun?
was blood underneath the gun.
Okay. And what was your role at this crime scene?
What was my goal?
Your role?
So my role initially after the initial contact of being on scene, what you see my sergeant and I do as we go through is called a protective sweep. That's to verify that there's nobody else inside of the residence. After that is to make sure that none of the evidence inside of the residence is removed until crime scene arrives on scene and they come through and they take the pictures and they gather all the evidence.
Okay. And is this residence here in Hall County?
It is.
And were there other houses in the cul-de-sac?
Yes, there's 2 or 3 other residences inside that cul-de-sac.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That's all the questions I have.
Defense, are you need the AV?
Not at this moment, Judge. We may do the elbow at some point.
Let me know. Thank you.
Judge, the defense is tendering Defendant's Exhibit 1, limited warranty deed for the residence. This is self-authenticating. It is sealed. We're tendering Defendant's Exhibit 1.
No objection.
Defendant 1 is admitted without objection.
Deputy Martin, am I correct if I say that you, at the time you show up, have no clue who owns this residence, who doesn't own this residence?
Correct. When we get calls sent to us, we're given what dispatch is given. So if they have more information, such as name, date of birth, or location, that's inside of our call notes. But even then, we're not given the information of who owns the residence. It's just who calls in.
When calls come out to 911, they can come out in a variety of ways based upon the information that's given to the dispatcher. True?
Yes.
And you were asked about what kind of call this was, and I think you called it problem unknown.
Yes.
Problem unknown means dispatch didn't get enough information to be able to tell what this is.
Correct.
In other words, nobody was able to articulate to them, this is a shooting, this is a family violence situation, we've got a runaway, there's some problem with a neighbor. None of that stuff was given to 911, so they go problem unknown. True?
Yes.
I want to talk to you about timeline stuff.
Okay.
I think you said 1:22 a.m. is when you pulled up.
I said between 119 and 122. She was still on the phone with dispatch. As I approached the side of the house, you can hear dispatch say she's no longer responding to us. We're already on scene at that point in time.
119, they're talking to you, they being dispatch,
Yes.
and they must be fielding a call from her is what we presume,
Yes.
but you don't have access to that call.
Unless I was to go request it from dispatch, I would not have access to it.
At that time, I mean, you don't have access to
No,
that.
I don't. So the audio and stuff like that, we don't have access to that as we're going to a call.
And all we know is 119, she's on the phone to 911 again, and you're arriving on scene somewhere between 119 and 122.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what happens between 119 and 122 if you arrive at 122?
What's being put into the call notes?
What's happening at the residence before you get there?
So from the time of the initial call, our calls are constantly being updated. So we listened to the audios from the calls a little while ago. As I'm driving down the road, if I may move the computer. So as we're driving down the road, the microphone's going to be my steering wheel. This computer is going to be the computer inside of my car. So I'm focusing on the road. As if I'm getting closer to the scene, my computer's constantly updating. If my body cam was rolling inside the vehicle, you would constantly hear my computer saying incident updated, incident updated, incident updated. Every time that happens, it's either a unit being assigned to it or dispatch putting in something new into the call notes. The road leading into this residence is a windy road, so I'm not taking my eyes off of off of what I'm doing to look at the computer, see what's going on. So as I arrived on scene, I had not gotten any of the new updates that had been put into the incident.
You remember what my question was?
Whether or not I saw what was going on between 119 and 122.
Whether you knew what was happening at the residence after 119 and the time you pulled up.
I do not. I just know what was going on when I arrived on scene.
And what you've testified about is making very loud noises to say, police are here, right? Come outside, correct?
Correct.
And you're yelling this stuff into the residents because you know there's at least some problem there.
Yes.
You don't know what the problem is.
No.
You've got some, what looks like bullet holes in those windows.
Correct.
Right? Could be anything. Please come out. True?
Yes.
And you're not getting a reply, and a neighbor actually hears it because it's so loud.
Correct.
Exactly. And the only time you get a response is when you shine that crazy bright flashlight that you've got into the window and it hits Miss Mericle, the light.
Correct.
Right? In other words, she responds to the light, but not the sound.
At one point when I'm announcing the sheriff's office, she does turn and look towards us.
Okay, before the light?
There's several times where I shine the light inside the residence. There's also several times the sheriff's office is announced.
Let's take a look. Looks like 121 on this.
So the timestamps are not accurate with what's going on there. I believe we had an issue with them, and they resolved the issue.
Okay.
The female's no longer responding.
See if we can get contact with the door.
contact?
No, see if you can get contact at the door. Just remember, it's a lot of glass.
All County Sheriff's Office, if you're inside, go to the door.
4131 radio.
4131.
I do have a glass window that has a giant hole through it.
Yep. 1033 Paris Drive.
Hey, I hear screaming and stuff. I'm making a response.
Where are you hearing screaming from?
It's over to the right, sounds like it's coming from upstairs.
Come to the door now! I have movement.
Good movement.
There's a female up here in the stairwell.
You know, stairwell.
Here she comes. Sheriff's office, come to your door! She's coming down.
You got anything?
Cell phone. She's covered in blood.
You say at one point cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
That's in response to another officer saying, does she have anything in her hands? Is she armed, basically?
Yes.
And your announcement is cell phone.
Correct.
And when you come on in, actually, when you enter the residence and come up to the top of the stairs, what you find is her cell phone is right up there on the top platform, right?
There's a cell phone there, and there's a cell phone in her hand. I don't know whose cell phone she has in her hand or whose is at the top of the stairs.
Okay, let's be super clear about this, okay? The cell phone, the only cell phone that she ever held in her hand is at the top of those stairs. True or false, as far as you know?
When she was coming down those stairs, there's a phone in her hands. Whose phone it is, I don't know.
Okay, but by the time she gets down to you guys, she doesn't have her cell phone anymore.
I don't know what happened to it. I know there's a kitchen right there with a countertop there and a table there.
Okay, well, I want to be super clear about this. We're going to have to fix this if this is what you're saying. At the time she comes out of the house is dealing with the police out there in the front, you're saying she still has her cell phone?
I don't know. I didn't interact with her. As you see in the video, she comes out and I push her to Deputy Thompson. I tell her to go over this way.
Totally fine. If you don't know, you don't know. I'm just wanting to find out if you do know, if she took her cell phone down those stairs or not.
When she's coming down the stairs, she has a cell phone in her hands.
Yes, but then she puts it down at the top of the platform. True or false?
No.
Not true. Okay.
You can do that. You have to look up there while you're doing it. There, the TV, you see?
We're just going to give this a roll one more time.
Come to the door now! I have movement.
Good movement.
There's a female up here in the stairwell.
Watch her come about 3 steps down, then turn and set something down, okay?
She's already at the top of the stairs at this point. Sheriff's office, come to your door! She's coming down.
You got anything?
Cell phone. She's covered in blood. I don't have eyes on. There she is. She's coming to the door now.
Hey man, step out here, what's going on? Step out here.
Does she still have the cell phone in her hand right now?
Get her over there. Not right there. No. Go over there.
Over here. Go over here.
Tag 0, you need a Delta 3410, FID 34.
Did you find a cell phone on her later?
I didn't search her.
Okay. But for sure, there's a cell phone at the top of the flight of stairs.
Yes.
Okay. You're making the announcements, come to the door, and you shine the light through that front area that we've seen right here in the front of the house.
Correct.
Okay. In response to the light, that's when she appears and eventually comes down the stairs.
No.
No. Tell me about that.
At 1:32 on the video, you see her about 3 or 4 steps down the steps already. You hear me say, Sheriff's office, come to the door, and she's walking back up the stairs.
At one.
So she already saw us at 1:32 in the video. So
Okay.
she already sees us. She already knows we're there. She has already seen the flashlights. She's already heard us announce the sheriff's office, and then goes back up the stairs.
Why do you think she's heard you?
Objection calls for speculation.
I
You
mean,
just said she's heard him.
Sorry.
if the court would allow it, I can
Hold on,
announce
hold
sheriff's
on,
office
wait.
like I did.
No, everybody stop.
You don't, sorry.
Everybody stop. What's your objection?
Withdrawn.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Do you know anything about Ms. Mericle's hearing?
I do not.
Do you have any awareness of her having hearing aids in both of her ears?
No.
Okay. Were you aware that Ms. Mericle's the one who called 911?
I knew a female had called 911, yes, but I did not know at this point in time who called.
Fair enough. Let's take a look at, I want to ask you some questions about these cars, okay?
All right.
This isn't a great still scene, but we'll do the best we can, okay?
Okay.
Am I correct, these two vehicles that are parked over here in front of the driveway are the two vehicles that were at the residence?
Yes.
At this point, you don't know who owns which vehicle, or even if anybody owns those vehicles that are parked there.
I know they're parked there. I don't know who's the owner of which vehicle.
Am I correct if I were to state that you did not undertake any investigation to see whether both of these vehicles were operable?
I didn't check to see if they were able to drive or not.
Did you, I think you said maybe you already answered this, you didn't do any searches of Ms. Mericle?
No.
Thank you.
Just one more question, Judge. Just to clarify, at the point where you said she comes 3 or 4 steps down the stairs and then turns around to go back up,
Yes.
are you shining your flashlight in the window at that time?
It is being shined through the bottom section of the window. So in the video, you can actually see the little landing that's right there as you come downstairs and then turn left, come back down. It's shining on the little landing down there.
Thank you.
Any objection to the witness being excused?
No, Judge.
Witness is excused. Thank you for your testimony. It is now approximately 15 towards 12. We will resume court at 1 o'clock. Members of the jury, as I've said and will say multiple times, please do not discuss the case with anyone. If you want to hang out with other jurors and talk about Braves baseball, that's perfectly fine. If you don't want to hang out with anyone and be by yourself, that's perfectly fine too. You are not to discuss the case, even with your fellow jurors, until deliberations. No side conversations whatsoever. Do not perform any research, paper, online, or otherwise. With that, we'll see you back at 1 o'clock. Thank you so much. Lawyers remain. Welcome back. Thank you. All right, welcome back. Thank you so much. Please be seated. Thank you. State, call your next witness.
State calls Deputy Richard Thomas.
And I have no problem with using the smaller there. Thank you.
You can raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm the testimony you'll give the court the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I swear.
Thank you. You can take a seat. Would you go ahead and state your name?
My name is Richard Thomas.
And what agent, or how are you employed?
I work for the Hall County Sheriff's Office.
How long have you been with Hall County for?
3.5 years.
And what's your role at the Hall County Sheriff's Office?
I work patrol.
Have you been on patrol for the entire time you've been at Hall County?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you post-certified?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you get called out to 4238 Bay Ridge Drive on March 8th of 2025?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And approximately what time did you get called out?
It was around 1:11.
And were you alone or did you have other deputies with you?
I did have other deputies with me.
Who was the other deputy that was with you?
The other deputy was Deputy Martin.
And what was your understanding of what you were responding to? Like what type of call were you responding to?
We didn't have much information at the time. The way that it came out was, for us, a problem unknown. That was the only information we had. Someone called, said they needed the police. As we were pulling up to the scene, just before, whenever we were turning on to Bay Ridge, we got another call that said, he's dead, there's blood everywhere. That was all that we knew whenever we came on scene.
So what did you do when you got on scene?
Whenever we got on scene, we attempted to make contact with whoever was in the residence. We noticed 2 bullet holes in the upper window of the house. We kept knocking and announcing. No one was coming to the door for quite a while. Once they did, we tried to talk to the woman, Miss Mericle, who came to the door. She was hysteric and she wouldn't answer any questions, not even her name at first. We didn't know anything that was going on at the time.
And the woman that you ended up interacting with on scene that day, do you see her in the courtroom?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Can you maybe just describe something she's wearing, where she's sitting?
She's sitting at the defense table right there, wearing the white jacket with the gray stripes.
Judge, I'd like the record to reflect that the witness has identified the defendant. So, what were you, were you and Deputy Martin together while you were on scene, or were y'all kind of doing 2 separate things?
We were doing 2 separate things. He was clearing the house and watching over the scene and the evidence, and I was with Miss Mericle.
Were you with her for the entirety of the time that you were on scene that morning?
Yes, ma'am, I was.
About how long would you say that you were on scene for?
I was on scene for about 3 hours in total.
Were you wearing body camera for that entire 3 hours that you were on scene?
Yes, ma'am, I was.
And was it video and audio recording?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
And have you had a chance to watch that body cam prior to today?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Judge, at this time I move to admit State's 6 Deputy Thomas's body cam into evidence and publish to the jury.
No further objection to 6.
6 is admitted with no further objection at this point. Thank you.
Does it take a minute, Deputy Thomas, for the sound to kick on in your body cam?
Yes, ma'am, it does.
Why is that?
At the time, it's not always actively recording, but it's got about a 30-second to a minute playback where it's recording the video, but not the audio until it's activated.
So will we hear sound kick on your body cam in just a little bit?
Yes, ma'am. Sheriff's office, come to the door! Hey, I hear screaming inside, but I'm not getting a response. It's over to the right. It sounds like it's coming from upstairs. Come to the door now! Got movement. Where do you see it?
Female up here, the stairwell.
Female on the stairwell.
There she comes. Sheriff's office, come to your door! She's coming down.
You got anything?
Cell phone. She's covered in blood. I don't have eyes on. There she is. She's coming to the door now.
Okay. Hey ma'am, step out here. What's going on? Step out here.
110 radio, copy 227, 28.
Yeah, right over there.
Come over here.
Over there.
Over here. Come over here.
Tag Sierra, Sierra Delta 34.
Come over here with me.
3410. Second one, towards Tag Sierra, Hotel Charlie 4742.
Hey ma'am, tell me what's going on. Is anyone else in the house?
Yes, I think he's dead.
Who's dead? What happened?
She just came to the door.
My boyfriend.
Ma'am, hey, stay with her.
Yeah.
We're gonna go inside, all right?
He needs an ambulance.
Okay, we're about to figure that out.
Oh my God.
Hey ma'am, can you tell me what happened? Do you know if there's anybody else in the house? Anything that we should know about? Just stay here with me for right now, okay? We're trying to figure out what's going on.
God, help me. I think he's dead. Oh my God.
First tags, 2024 Kia Telluride, James Barron, that address.
Can you tell me anything about what's happened tonight?
Second,
Who's dead? What happened?
Porsche Bacon, black in color. Department Sam Henry Charlie 4742.
I think he's dead. Oh my God. God help me. Oh my God. Oh my God, he's dead. I feel a pulse. We got in this huge fight. Oh my God! Oh my God! I think he's dead. I think he died. I think he. Oh my God!
Can you tell me anything about what happened? Do you know what happened? Do you know if anyone else is in the house?
No, can I get some water?
Just stay here with me for right now, okay? They're clearing the house.
I can't even talk. He's dead. He's dead. There's blood everywhere. He had a gun. He told
4110 radio, red channel.
took it out and told me.
Bailey is North Patrol, stack of service, North Patrol service. Brenton also says fire side clear to enter.
He's gonna shoot me.
They're clear to enter.
Someone said they're going to shoot you?
4130 out front.
Okay.
I can't talk.
Okay, we have paramedics coming. They're going to be able to help you out a little bit, okay?
I'm gonna get some water.
Are you hurt at all?
I don't think I got. I didn't get hit. It went past me.
Radio 4120.
Oh my God! Look, he's dead. There's blood everywhere. Oh my God, he's dead. I know he is. I could no.
Hey, just stay right here. You can't go back inside right now, okay?
Oh
You have to
my
stay
God,
out here
he's
with me.
dead. Oh my God. Oh my God.
4140 radio, can you show me today?
Oh, wait. No.
so she's really manic. She's not even able to answer my questions. She's kind of freaking out a little bit. I guess
4216, 4110. Do you still need additional, or can I 1039?
I guess there's someone in the house I can
I don't need any additional units. 4110 radio, have on call first, place me at 21.
Yeah, if you could, like,
Yep.
the inside is clear to enter. There.
Where's he at?
He's still alive.
Is he upstairs?
Yes, I don't think
And then as far as she, I don't know if you guys can do anything for her or not. She's,
And monitor, and the monitor.
hey, are you injured at all, ma'am? Did you get hurt? Did you get shot? Did you get
I got
cut?
blood on me, but I think.
I'll start another menu.
Thank you.
I gotta have some water.
Hey, do you guys have any water?
I have some in my refrigerator.
I understand, but I can't let you go inside right now, okay?
Oh my God. I'm in shock. Can I call somebody?
You just need to sit here with your.
Give me water.
I gotta stay here with you, okay?
I don't think it. Oh my God. I don't think it. Oh my God. Ah! Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. I wish. Oh my Lord. What is happening?
Fire EMS is starting to CPR now, so
We got this.
individual over.
Huge fight. Oh my, I'm in shock. Oh my God.
Cornelia Highway, Little Road, Georgia 20 Control.
Hey, ma'am, I need you to stay over here, okay? Ma'am, I need you to stay over here, okay? I can't let you go back inside the house. They're working on them right now. But I can't let you go back inside.
4117. Go ahead. Go ahead, Sergeant. Right there. If I did 22, that was, yeah, 22 on traffic.
Oh my God! I think he's dead!
Hey, ma'am, can you step back over here with me? I need you to step back over here.
Oh my God!
Can you tell me anything that happened?
Oh my God! I want him alive! Tell me if he is! Oh my God! He had a gun!
He had a gun? Did he, what did he do with it? Did he shoot himself?
No! I didn't.
Hey, ma'am. Ma'am. Hey. 4130, 4110. Can you send EMS down here for me? I think she's having some kind of panic attack. She's laying on the floor.
4131, you clear on that traffic?
Hey, ma'am. Ma'am.
4131, 5323, Altimore.
He told me he was gonna shoot. I can't talk.
Okay, we have paramedics that are gonna come and check you out, okay? Did he say he was gonna hurt, did he say he was gonna shoot you? Is that what happened with the gun? Did he point it at you? So he said he was gonna shoot you with a gun. So you, what happened after that? Just take the,
We can't go in there right now.
you can go back inside.
Have a seat. They're gonna come check you, okay? We can't allow anyone inside right now, right?
I can't even talk. Oh my God! No, tell me about him. Is he dead? I can feel the balls on him.
Hey, ma'am, if you'll do me a favor and just breathe. They're getting ready to transport him up to the hospital.
Is he alive?
Ma'am.
Is he alive?
Ma'am. Take a breath. Breathe for a second. Breathe. They're getting ready to transport him to the hospital, okay?
Is he alive? Please tell me.
Like he said, they're getting ready to transport him to the hospital, okay?
Oh my God! God, my neck. Tell me he would effing kill me.
He said he was gonna kill you?
Exactly. The stairs.
Ma'am, you have your ID with you? You don't have your ID with you? Are you able to sit up?
Yes.
Okay. If you want to lean against the wall, that'd probably help out. Leaning against the wall will probably help you calm down a little bit. Okay, so they're about to get him up to the hospital. What is your name, ma'am? Ma'am, what's your name?
My mouth is so dry.
It's okay.
Just take a second. You say what?
Choking me. Oh my God! How did this happen? How did this happen? Oh my God!
What's your name, ma'am? You mind getting her information? Is there water in the fridge that I might be able to give you?
Yes, there's water there.
Is it bottled water? I'll bring you bottled water, okay?
Oh my God! Please tell me, is he alive?
Like they said, they're getting ready to transport him to the hospital, okay?
Oh my God! I know he's not.
Can you tell me?
I've been disposed on him. Oh, is he alive? Just tell me if he's alive.
Water for you, man. You do what you gotta do. Tom, what?
It dips down really high. I might not be able to go all the way back there.
Do what you can.
Let you know, you'll see back there.
Okay.
Can you tell me your name?
He shot at me.
He shot at you? He shot at you? Okay, can you tell me your name?
41 Radio. What's our address here? 4238 4238 Bay Ridge Drive.
Hey ma'am, if you sit up it might help a little bit, okay?
Okay, 4120. Surprised I had no legs are turning off.
Hey ma'am, can you sit up for me? Ma'am, if you sit up, it might help you feel a little bit better and help you to calm down, okay?
I can't.
You can't sit up?
I can't.
If we're not your gosh, see Charles Valley once. I think we'll get your numbers in. Yeah.
Can you sit up?
You made me go the stairs.
4101, you go for 4110. I told him to check the area, Whitmire circles on 30, call her, like yelling and screaming outside. 10-6 yelling.
Shot. Oh my God.
Hey, ma'am.
Let me see him.
You gotta stay here, okay? I can't let you go over there, okay? You gotta stay right here, okay?
Tell me if the sheet's over his head.
You gotta
Tell
stay
me
right
if he's
here, okay?
Tell me if he's alive.
They said that he was transported to the hospital.
Is he
okay?
alive?
I haven't looked
Look
at
at
it.
him for me.
I just
Tell me if the sheet's over his head. I'm afraid. Is the sheet over his head?
Hey, ma'am. How you feeling right now? As far as your physical health goes. Can you breathe?
27. Young man, 27, right?
Is he?
They're taking him over to the hospital.
Is he alive? Tell me. Is he alive?
I
Is
didn't
he
go
dead?
up there.
Just tell me.
I didn't see him. I can't.
Go ask him. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, he's dead, isn't he? That's why they're putting this crime paper. Tell me if he's dead.
We're doing an investigation right now, okay? I don't know if he's dead or not.
Tell me if he's alive or if he's dead.
Hey, just stay
No,
right here.
I'm gonna go over there.
No,
Tell me.
Go over there. Okay? You gotta stay here.
He's dead, isn't he?
I don't know.
Yes, he's dead, or you wouldn't be putting all this up.
Well, they're taking him to the hospital right now, okay? That's all that I know.
Oh my God! Oh my God! How did that happen?
Down to 4117. You're done, paper. Come upstairs.
I mean, she's completely uncooperative.
4110 radio.
You got gloves?
Who's that?
You got gloves?
We can have a South unit go up to the hospital and stand by with our person who's been shot. Yep. Try for our offensive line.
Help me.
There's a pharmacy one right there.
You have name Danny Burke somewhere?
No.
You got yours?
She's not the only.
You what?
I said she's not the only.
Well, we've got 2 cars. I'm gonna start drain the cars. So one of them's gonna come back. What's your name?
Suzanne?
What's your name?
Suzanne?
Suzanne? Say, spell that for me.
Suzanne?
Yes. There's like, my name is Zach. There's like 6 different ways I know to spell Zach, so. I just want to make sure I got your name spelled correctly. Okay, I need you to take some slow deep breaths. Miss Suzanne.
And then he
Miss Suzanne, can I get you to take some deep breaths for me?
slammed the door. And he got his gun out and he tried me, and then I ran down the stairs and I got my gun. Why I get my gun? Oh my God, what has happened?
Miss Suzanne, hey.
I shot my gun to he locked the door.
Okay, these paramedics, they're gonna look at you, okay? They're gonna make sure that you're okay.
Tell me if he's alive.
Edge is 15.
Is he alive?
Ma'am, I have no
He must be dead because y'all are taking him to the hospital.
We're here for you, ma'am. We're not even sure.
I'm fine.
We're not even sure what happened. I have no idea.
Is he not alive?
Ma'am, I have no idea.
He's not dead. He must be dead because y'all are taking him to the hospital.
What
Oh my God.
I'm not even sure what's going on.
Oh my God.
Just DOA or? Okay. What's your name, ma'am?
All we've gotten out of her is Suzanne.
Yeah.
Suzanne?
She said that she got choked.
She got choked?
Yeah, that's what she told me. And she's fainted twice.
Fainted twice. Suzanne, my name's Tyler. Nice to meet you. I'm so sorry about what's happened today. I don't really know what's going on. You don't have to disclose anything to me either. We're here for you, okay? Something bad's happened tonight. We need to get you checked out. Suzanne?
I have 3 children.
I understand. My mom's got 3 children too.
Oh my God, he's dead, isn't he? Y'all are taking him in
Suzanne,
there.
I have no idea what's going on.
They're transporting him to the hospital right
I have
now.
no idea what's going on.
Hey, maybe no.
Suzanne, I have no idea what's going on, man.
Miss Suzanne, look at me. Look at me. Listen to me. They can't.
I got put in jail.
Look, they can't leave.
He was having
Miss Suzanne, I need you to listen to me.
I just need you to talk to me.
They can't
Suzanne.
transport him until they put
I'm fine.
an IV in and they do other stuff. That's what they're working on. They're going to the hospital right now.
Well, I don't have an ID because
It's not, okay.
a couple weeks ago
Okay. What's your last name, Miss Suzanne?
we got to another
Sorry, you basically went right in and just stepped out.
What's your last name?
Oh my God! I need my sister.
Miss Suzanne, what is your last name?
42 tips, by the time they domestic in progress, Northeast Drive, 20.
Suzanne, your first name. What's your last name?
To leave, revolving.
Tell me, what is he doing?
I don't know. We don't know.
I tried to shoot the doorknob off and I must have hit him.
Miss Suzanne, is one of these people?
No, I killed him. I tried to shoot the doorknob.
Miss Suzanne, is one of these cars out here yours?
4260 right up in your channel.
This one?
One of these cars out here yours?
Yeah,
Which one?
the one.
I'm trying to get your information, your name, first name, last name, date of birth.
Okay.
If you're not going to tell me that, I'm going to have to run your car and get it that way.
4260 radio on.
What's your last name?
My name is Suzanne. My last name is Mericle.
Miracle?
M.
Got here.
Now let's just take your bottles.
R.
The first one,
Mericle.
James David.
Mericle.
Second one, they returned to
What's your date of birth?
Macon.
05.
Suzanne Mericle of St. Simon's.
That's me.
Okay, what's your date of birth?
May 15th, 1963.
Okay.
I'm 61.
Okay.
Do you mind if I take your vitals while I'm here? Check you out, is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to shoot but he shot me, shot at me. I tried to shoot the doorknob off.
I understand.
No, he don't. I got I had a lot of surgeries last year.
I'm just gonna be putting some stuff on you. I'm listening, okay?
And we got in a fight a couple weeks ago, and I decided to drive back home because I leave like 3 or 4 in the morning anyway. And I wasn't drunk. I've had like I had a concussion in October. And I was driving the wrong way. The police pulled me over. I got put in jail at 61, and they put me on this. I had to sleep on cement all night. Well, I didn't. I lost my license. All because of this affair. That hate.
We put a little few stickers on you, okay?
Is he alive?
You're taking him to the hospital right now, okay?
What is that? He's dead, isn't he?
They don't transport if they don't have anything, so when he left, he was alive.
He was?
Yes.
Oh my God!
Chill out.
Oh, baby!
Listen, you need to breathe, okay? Keep focusing on him.
No, I
You need to
can't.
focus on you.
I was trying to, I want to work this out, and he doesn't love me, I know, but I don't know.
Right now, let's focus on you, okay?
I don't know, he's alright. Oh my God! I love him. You don't understand. I love him. We bought this house together.
I'm gonna put this back on you, okay? Alright, can you sit still as possible for me so I can get accurate readings on you, okay? We gotta make sure you're okay, alright? That's my job right now, to make sure you're okay.
He's the one
Right, our signatures on the case.
who grabbed me by the neck and dragged me upstairs.
The little one, I could be far away, so I'm not 100% sure.
Just checking out your hands.
There's blood everywhere on him.
She said more.
I I just got that.
Okay. Are you hurting anywhere?
This is Harwood, man.
I understand. Getting that
Oh,
5:15. Says 62 or 63? 61.
Sorry.
Said Mericle for her last name. She didn't give us one.
Mericle.
M-E-R-I-C-L-E.
How do you spell your first name, Suzanne?
S-U-Z.
Eddie. Okay. Just want to make sure I was spelling it right. Date of birth is 5/15.
63. I'm 60. I'm 61. I don't know.
That's fine.
I'm a good person. I don't know. He's so big. Everything was good. I don't know.
What happened?
We had dinner.
Okay, keep going.
And then he started just talking. We got to arguing.
4116 to 4120.
He got his gun.
Here on the center.
Do you live here?
We just bought this place.
Okay. Gotcha. This is your husband you're talking about?
No, it's my boyfriend.
Your boyfriend. Okay. Okay.
We bought this. We met each other like a long time ago.
Okay.
And then we got back together this year.
Okay. So having dinner, everything was going well, then you got into an argument and he grabbed his gun? What happened
And he
after?
got us, so I was in the bathroom brushing my teeth. And he came in there. And then he got his gun. I said, what are you doing? He said, either you sleep upstairs or I sleep upstairs.
Okay.
And then he got his gun. I said, what are you doing with your gun? He said, I may have to.
You instructed to drive.
I may
29
have
is
to.
confirmed.
I don't know what he said. He said, what are you doing with your gun? And then
Central Radio.
we went back in here. And then we talked. And he had his briefcase on his shoulder. And he took the cover off his gun.
Same for engine 5.
And then, then the argument got more.
4322 on Whitmire. Yes, sir. Let's see. Deutsch Drive. Got another caller on the line. She's advised it's going to be here. Next.
To go on.
She advised 10-0. You may have to drive.
That he'd been drinking too much. And he grabbed me by the throat. He said he would ruin me with my children. Because we were talking about, I said, I wish I'd never met you. You should have told me you were involved with another woman. And he said, you told my son. And then he said he was going to tell my children. And I said, tell them, I don't care. I've done nothing wrong.
4110, yes, 10-4. Put us on the spec.
Grabbed me again by the throat and tried to pull me upstairs. And he said he would shove that going down my throat.
What happened next?
He said, I will.
4120, Baltimore.
He said, he would kill me. And I went, I said, I'm going to get my gun.
So he assaulted you and choked you? Did he punch you or anything like that?
He just slapped me in the face.
Okay.
And then he pushed me. And then I think, I don't remember, I can't remember.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't want to.
He shot outside, he shot the gun. I was walking up the stairs, he said, stay away, and he shot it. And when I went up, he locked the door, and I was like, open the door, and then I shot my gun at the door, and it must have hit him. Tried to get in, and I went downstairs and got the hammer, and I beat the door and got my hand in the
Possession of marijuana, simple battery.
the door opened it, and he was laying there. And then I called 911.
I'm sorry to ask you to tell me all that. Miss Suzanne, I think you need to get checked out. Absolutely. Look. Miss Suzanne, so...
You got to fight a couple weeks ago at this place. I don't even live, I live on St. Simon's, and I just come.
You're just visiting?
Well, this is my house, but he lives here full time.
Okay, I understand that. So look, there's some pretty intense stuff that happened tonight. Whether you come with me or not, you're gonna be going to the hospital no matter what. Okay?
Why?
You have to be evaluated.
I don't want to go. You don't understand. A couple of weeks ago, we had another fight about this woman. And I tried to give him grace, and he made me leave.
Yeah, I know.
And then I got told over, and they...
Miss Suzanne, I'm just gonna get some basic information from you, okay? I don't want to upset you
I had to
further.
spend the night on a piece of slab.
I know, I understand.
No, you don't. This is a day.
I'm sorry, I can't understand.
Is he alive? Oh my God! There was blood everywhere. Oh my God!
Miss Suzanne.
I have a normal life. I'm a normal person. I have a dental practice.
I got you. Miss Suzanne, I don't want to upset you any further.
Dragged me up the stairs.
Miss Suzanne, I need you to calm down for just 1 second, okay? I understand you got a lot going on. But look, if you don't want me here, I'm going to be leaving here in a second, okay? So, You don't want to go to the hospital, right?
That's a problem.
Suzanne, we're just here for you, okay? Making sure you're okay.
You need to be for him.
He's taken care of. There's already somebody on
Is
that.
he alive?
They're doing all that
No,
they can.
look at me. Look at me. Is he alive?
They're doing the most they can.
No, he's not alive, is he?
I don't know.
Is he alive?
No.
Why can't y'all tell me?
We don't know. I just showed up here, Miss Suzanne. I've been trying to talk to you, but you're not talking to me.
I am talking.
No, you keep getting hysterical, and I'm trying to talk to you. You don't want to go to the hospital with us, do you?
No.
Okay, I need you to sign right here, okay? These officers are going to do what they need to do and investigate further, okay? All right, so sign right here.
Radio 4216, Baltimore. Edwards, 1595.
I'm going to ask you a couple more questions. What medications are you taking?
Progesterone.
Progesterone, okay, it's a hormone. Yep,
I take Lexapro
okay. For what, anxiety, depression?
for anxiety.
Anxiety, okay.
And then in the morning,
Do you have a history of high blood pressure?
no,
Okay, all right.
I've never had.
That's fine. You might just, you're just stressed out right now. Your pressure is elevated.
I take thyroid medicine in the morning.
Synthroids?
No,
Levothyroxine?
some others.
Okay, no worries.
It's like mixed up.
Okay, gotcha. Are you allergic to anything?
Penicillin and clindamycin.
Okay.
I'm a normal person.
I'm not questioning whether you're normal or not. These are just things, Miss Suzanne, these are just
Is
things.
he alive?
I have no idea. I wish I
I'm
could.
better than blood. It's bad.
Like he said, they're doing the best they can. Miss Suzanne, you shot him. So it sounds like that's what happened. You shot through the door and it may have hit him. I have no idea what's going on. That's what you told me. So,
Oh my God.
Miss Suzanne, do you know what year it is?
huh?
With what? It's a movie.
Which person? Yeah.
Don't need us for anything else.
So, I know you guys are taking, essentially, rights from her, or like, you're taking over. She does probably need to go.
And Judge, I'm pausing you briefly at 44:55, and I'm going to fast forward a little bit. It's a long body cam, so I'm just going to fast forward, and I'll notify the court when I hit play again. I'm going to go ahead and hit play at 47:35.
Oh my God.
Radio 4215,
This is just horrible.
hold it in 25.
He's mad at me because I found out, but I was giving him grace because I love him. I wanted us to work it out. God, please, God, be alive. Please take him.
Radio 41, that's number. 4117, all units, number.
What do I do?
Radio extended.
That's you right there.
Dear God, please help me. God, please. I mean, I've never been in jail. And I was arrested here a couple of weeks ago. They said I was a DUI, but I wasn't. I mean, I have a concussion. Oh my God! It's like a nightmare. God, please be alive. Please take care of me. Oh my God! How does this happen? I know he's not. I kind of feel for home.
0233404, opening 0233404.
Oh my God. Why did I go get my gun? You can't tell me who's getting. No, don't go to sleep. I should have just left. I told him I was going to leave, but I was scared because the last time I left, we got in a fight, I got pulled over, and they were not. I have a hearing problem.
What else do you do?
You're standing right there with us on.
Maybe in the garage?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
15, are you copy to me? 415.
Oh, baby.
Bravo, you know 7. Do you want to use 7?
Oh, God. I told him he was drinking too much and he got so mad at me.
Uh, 2022 Honda Civic.
Judge, I'm pausing at 52:50 and I'm going to fast forward just a bit. I'm going to start again at 55:50.
He got mad. I told him that I didn't want this house anymore. That he told me he didn't want the house. He said, "Do you want it?" I said, "Let's just sell it." And I told him, because he's been paying that woman in Romania money, and I just said, "You can pay the rent for the next 6 months, and let's just not see each other, talk to each other, and let's just." He said, "If I moved on, he would kill me." And he told me to shove that gun down my throat. I mean, I'm just happy. We're both good people. We're both good people. Sometimes things just don't work out. Oh, Jason. Oh my God, he's such a good guy. He really is. I know that woman. I know. He's a good. Oh my God. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. What just happened? Oh, got so many things. I told him, let me sleep up here, you sleep here, because this door doesn't lock, and that door does. He told me not to close my eyes. I should have just got in my car and left, but I got that stupid device thing on it. Oh, God, how's my world turning upside down?
Have a seat.
Lord, oh, God, I don't want this to happen to him. We're putting stuff together for our house.
Radio 4216, you sent for.
I told him, I said, why did you? And I'm not mad at him, I'm just hurt. And I told him that. I mean, I wasn't mad, I wasn't. But he kept yelling at me.
Radio. It's 91 with 1, beginning when you're ready.
He's got 2 boys and grandchildren. God, please let him be all right.
2173.
Oh, God, please let him be all right. He is a good person.
22173.6.
I met him a long time ago. We got back together. God, please, God, take care of him. Oh, my God. He shot at me. I don't want him time, baby, but all I was trying to do is open the door. He must have been right there. I don't know why he didn't unlock it.
Judge, I briefly paused it at 1:01:48, and I'm going to fast forward just a bit. started it at 1:14:19.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Hello, my name's Matt. Give me just a little bit and we'll talk, okay? Thank you. And like I said, if you need anything, my name's Matt. Okay?
Deputy Thomas, just briefly, who was that we just saw get on scene?
That was Investigator Medford.
And why did he arrive on scene?
After we got on scene and realized what we were dealing with, we contacted our CID persons unit and they responded out to the scene.
Okay, thank you. Is that typical in cases like this where you would call out CID to come and investigate?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in cases like this, would a patrol officer ever do any of the investigation?
No, not on something like this. We would always call.
Okay. Judge, I'm gonna fast forward just a little bit more. Right now it's at 1:14:39. I'm gonna start it again at 1:21:09.
How do I know if he's okay?
Well, like I said, he's at the hospital right now.
No, but how am I gonna know if he's okay?
We'll worry about that in a little while, okay?
God, please let him be okay. I told him. Yeah. He told me that he ended it with her. He did, and I told him, I said, if you want it, just take it. I don't care. I mean, I'm too old for that, but he's not so bad either. God, how did this happen? Oh my God.
4120 radio 1038. Knoxville Highway. Approaching the Old Fort Road on the Black on the stand by for 28.
And got him and beat the door and put my hand in there to open the door, and he was right at the door. I couldn't even hardly push it open. He must have been standing right there. And I was screaming, open the door. No. I said,
4120 radio. That's 20 is going to be Charlie Zulu Henry.
Judge, I paused it at 1:24:14. I'm gonna fast forward some.
Let's go ahead and take a 15-minute break. Come back at, we'll call it even 2:30. 2:30.
Not a lot. Go to the bathroom or something too.
Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from the defense?
No, sir.
Lawyers approach briefly.
State's temporary visitor license status valid on. 10-4, thank you.
When he told me, God said, I should have just left. I said, open the door and put your gun outside. And then I tried to take the lock off. Why'd I do that? Oh my God, why'd I do that? And then
It's 1:48:29. I'm going to fast forward. To 2:12:59. And Deputy Thomas, is that investigator Mefford that we see that came into the screen?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Suzanne?
Suzanne?
Suzanne? All right, Suzanne, I introduced myself earlier. My name's Matt. I was wondering if we could have a conversation. Would you be willing to come to my office with me? It's warm there. I'll be able to get you some water.
I don't want to go anywhere.
You don't want to come to my office? It's warmer there.
I don't want to go anywhere.
Will you please come to my office with me?
Can I just stay here?
It's warmer there, and I like it. It's better that way.
I don't want to go anywhere.
Okay. It'd be a lot better, but like I said, we can go there.
No, I don't want to go anywhere.
Where would you like to talk to me at then?
This way.
Can we go sit in a car or something?
Why can't we talk right here?
It's cold, and I'd like to sit down.
Why can't we talk right there?
Well, they're about to take, I'm going to have somebody take some photos and stuff. I'll explain that whole process to you.
I don't want to go.
You don't want to go at all? Oh.
Is he alive?
He's up right now. He's at the hospital, and like I said,
That means he's alive. I need to know.
Honestly, I'm here with you. I have somebody going there to check, and I'm here with you, and that's why I'd like to talk to you about what's going on. I'd like to have a sit down and be able to have a conversation, but right here, it's just not the best place.
A couple weeks ago, we had a fight about the same thing. And he threatened me. And I got in my car and left.
I want to talk to you about all of that, but I want to.
Well, I got arrested. And I'm 61 years old. I'm a dentist. I'm a mother of three. I'm
Okay.
normal. I have a hearing problem.
Mm-hmm.
And my hearing aid was dead. They yelled and screamed at me.
Well, nobody's going to yell and scream at you today.
And they threw me in jail on a cement, and I stayed there all night.
So no, I want to go to my office. I'm not wanting to go to the jail.
And then tonight, he threatened me, and I should have left, but I was scared.
And I want you to be able to tell me all about that.
I'm scared. I just don't know what happened. He put that gun on my lips.
Mm-hmm.
I've just had a really bad last year, this year.
Okay. So like I said, I want to talk about every bit of that. So
I don't want to talk about it. Everything was fine. All I was trying to do, he shot the gun, and then I was trying to shoot the lock off, and it must have hit him. And he locked the door, and he wouldn't open it, and I ran downstairs and got a hammer and beat the door and put my hand in there, and then there was blood everywhere.
Can we please go to my office and talk about that? I hear everything you're saying. It's very important. I want to go talk to you in my office about that. It's warmer there. I'll get you water. And all this stuff you're having to tell me is very important. I'll tell you this, when I get to the office, I will have an answer. I'm here with you right now. I will make the phone call, have an answer, but I really want to talk to you.
Oh my God. I'm just a normal person.
Do you need shoes?
I want to go.
Okay.
I just want to go.
Well, I really want to talk to you. It's very important to me.
Why can't we just talk right here?
Because this is going on. You know, you've seen me and my partners here for a few minutes now, right? So I'm going to be very honest what we're doing. Because it's a scene I have to process, know what's going on. So I had to write a search warrant for the house because I can't do that on consent under these circumstances. So what's about to happen is they're going to have that signed by a judge, and then I have another friend that's going to come in with a camera, and he's going to take pictures of everything, and we're going to go from there. And I don't want to be here while he's doing that. And while he's doing that, me and you can go talk. I mean, you have a lot of important information to tell me. You have a lot of important information, like you're telling me, and I really want to know more about it.
Can I change?
Absolutely. Where are your clothes?
In the house.
Where at?
In my bedroom.
Is that the downstairs bedroom?
Right here.
Okay, there's no guns or anything in that closet, is there?
Oh.
All right, come on. Yeah, we can. Breland?
Yes, sir.
Come on. So what's gonna happen is this deputy here,
I'm gonna pause it, or stop it at 2:20:08. So Deputy Thomas, what happened after here? Was the defendant able to go change her clothes?
Yes, ma'am, she was.
Who went with her?
To go into the room, it was me and Deputy Breland and our Deputy Westmoreland. Once she started changing, Deputy Westmoreland stayed in there and watched her.
So after she changed clothes, what did you do next?
I transported her to the law enforcement center.
Was she under arrest at that point?
No, ma'am, she was not.
How did you transport her to the law enforcement center?
In my patrol car.
Was she handcuffed?
No, ma'am.
Was she informed that she wasn't under arrest, or did anybody say anything about whether or not she was under arrest?
Yes, we made it very clear that she was not under arrest and we were not going to the jail.
And so when you say not going to the jail, where is the law enforcement center and where is the jail?
The law enforcement center is located on Browns Bridge Road. The jail is located on Barber Road, which is off Candler.
So totally separate locations?
Yes.
So while you were transporting her to the law enforcement center, was Investigator Mefford in the car with you? Was he somewhere else?
No, ma'am. He was still on scene for a little while, and then eventually he came and met us at the law enforcement center.
And once you got to while you were on your way to the law enforcement center, did the defendant make any more statements to you about what happened that night or anything like that?
She didn't make many statements. It was more of just the same, of her yelling occasionally. Sometimes she was quiet. She was asking me how long it was going to take to get there, and I kept updating her on that.
Once you got to the law enforcement center, what did you do when do you pull into the front and just walk in the front doors? Is there a back door you have to go through?
There's a back door that we can access that's gated off, and that's where I went.
When you get there, you get out of the car, what happened next?
So I should preface it with this. I was still on field training or refresher course. I'd just gotten back from a deployment overseas. So I thought I knew where the person's unit was located at. I thought it was up on the third floor. It was not up on the third floor, and I went on the wrong side. Eventually, I went back down to the parking lot, and there I met one of the other investigators. He was able to let me up to the second floor on the left-hand side, looking at it from the back, and let me into the investigator's offices.
So you said the person's unit's on the second floor?
Yes.
Is that where you were supposed to be headed?
Yes, ma'am.
So before you could find where you were supposed to be going, what were you and the defendant doing?
We were walking around up at the law enforcement center trying to find the right door.
So y'all just kind of wandering around trying to figure out where you're going?
Yes, ma'am.
Is she saying anything to you while you guys are trying to find the law enforcement or the CID unit?
No, ma'am. At one point she stopped and she asked me again if he was dead, and I again informed her I didn't know because I was with her the entire time.
Once you got to the interview room, do you go in the interview room with the defendant or do you go somewhere else?
I stay outside.
Do you stay outside for the entire time she's being interviewed?
I do. There's one point where she tries to leave and says that she needs to go to the bathroom. I don't go into the interview room at that point, but I'm in like the hallway where the interview rooms are.
So at one point you said she needed to use the restroom. Was Investigator Mefford in the room with her when that happened, when she needed to use the restroom?
No, he had stepped out with another investigator.
So was she in there alone?
Yes, ma'am, she was.
So what happens, what's Hall County's policy when someone's being interviewed in the interview room, they're not under arrest, but they need to, like, for example, use the restroom? Like, how are you trained to handle that situation?
So with her being a female and me being a male, we always have to escort someone at that point because where they're at is a sensitive location. Even my badge doesn't have access to that floor. I have to get let in by an investigator. So we still have to stay with them because there's sensitive information in the area that they're at. With her being a female, me being a male, I couldn't escort her to use the bathroom, but there was a female investigator who came and was able to escort her.
So if it had been a male in that room and they had asked to use the restroom, would you have been able to just immediately take them out and escort them to the restroom?
I would have probably went and asked if that was okay with the investigators. And then if they were good with that, then yeah, I would have escorted them to go use the bathroom.
And so because she was a female, what did you do when she asked you to use the restroom?
The first time, I wasn't sure exactly how long it was going to take. She came out and asked, and I said they should be back soon. Then she came out and asked the second time, and as we were having that conversation, a female investigator walked up. I let her know that she needed to go to the bathroom, and she took her.
Okay. Backing up to, well, I guess after the interview, what's your role as far as this case is concerned?
After the interview, I've had no other interaction with this case other than testifying.
So backing up to your time on scene with the defendant, did you observe, I guess we watched on your body cam, were you able to observe her overall general behavior and demeanor while you were on scene?
Yes, ma'am.
Did she appear to, while you were on scene, did you note whether there were tears coming out of her eyes?
I did not observe tears coming out of her eyes.
Did she ever ask you for like a Kleenex to blow her nose or wipe her eyes or anything like that?
No, ma'am.
We saw also that at some point she was kind of like dry heaving, but because your body camera was like higher up, we couldn't really see what was going on the ground. At any point, did she ever actually throw up?
No, ma'am, she did not.
We also saw on your body cam that there were a couple times where she falls to the ground and appears to faint. At any point, did you ever observe her lose consciousness?
No, ma'am, I did not.
When she would fall to the ground, do you remember if her eyes would remain open or closed?
The first time, I can't remember. She was kind of turned away from me, but the second time, her eyes remained open.
I don't believe I have any other questions. Thank you.
Are you suggesting to this jury she was faking it?
Whenever I initially arrived on scene, like I said, we were still trying to figure out what happened. The longer that I remained on scene, the more it appeared to me that she might be trying to deceive us.
Okay. So when you said to patrol right there on the scene, she's having a panic attack, that was false?
Like I said, at the current moment, that was not, because we had just arrived on scene. She was exhibiting these behaviors right then and there at first. So I did have a genuine concern at that point. The longer that we were on scene, the more it became apparent to me that she might be trying to deceive us.
Okay. Tell me why it is apparent to you that she's deceiving you right there in the front of the house.
So since then, I have been to an interviews and interrogations course. It was 40 hours. In that, we were trained on how to spot certain behaviors that indicate that someone might be trying to deceive law enforcement during an interview. One of those is change in emotion or possible fake emotion. And what I mean by that is there's instances in this where she's manic, she's screaming, she's yelling, and then she'll be calm for a while, and then out of nowhere she starts up again. Like I said, I didn't observe tears coming out of her eyes. That's another thing that they taught us. There's several instances in this where she's not making direct eye contact with us, or she's kind of closed off, which is another indicator that someone might not be telling the full truth.
So obviously in your report that you wrote a report, right?
Yes, sir.
Obviously in your report, you wrote, I had fears or concerns that she was faking this.
Not in the report, no, sir.
Okay. In other words, it's not in your report anywhere.
Correct.
Okay. And you've testified in this case before, right?
Yes, sir.
And you didn't mention it that time either?
No, sir.
Just today?
Yes, sir.
For the first time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Want to ask you about what you could, we all can hear and see most of what you can hear and see, but I want to talk about what you could smell, okay?
Yes, sir.
You testified in this court about this before, and I asked you questions about this. I'm going to ask you questions about whether you ever smelled any alcohol or drugs coming from her person, okay?
Yeah, yes, sir.
And the answer to that is?
No, I did not smell it at the time.
You didn't smell any alcohol coming from her person, You're watching her there for about 3 hours,
Correct.
and you also transported her to the jail in the back of your vehicle.
Correct.
Nothing at all as far as odor of alcohol from her person. True?
True.
Were you responsible for searching Miss Mericle at any point as far as you can recall?
No, sir.
Do you know whether or not she had a phone on her person?
I do not know.
At some point, Miss Mericle attempts to get up and head back into the home. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
In fact, she did it kind of a couple of times. She was trying to go in there and get water, and she said things about not being able to speak until she got some water in her throat.
Mhm.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Is that one of the fake things that they taught you about?
No, sir, that's not.
Okay. So she wants to go back in the home, and you precluded her from doing that.
Yes, sir.
And you have made it clear what the reason for that was. You felt that she could obviously contaminate the crime scene. That's one of the reasons,
Yes, sir.
right? And as you said before, in that state of mind, she could be a danger to herself.
Yes, sir.
You've observed people in that state of mind before, and you were concerned she could be a danger to herself.
Yes, sir.
That means take her own life.
Potentially, yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
No other questions, Judge?
May this witness be excused.
No objection.
No objection.
Thank you for your testimony. You're excused.
You want to call next witness? Would you like to take a brief break?
You tell me what you'd like.
I'll
I know we spoke earlier, so.
I'll leave it up to the court. I have a few questions to ask and go through some pictures, which we do have up here before we get to the introduction of the physical evidence. So if you'd like to make some more progress before we take a break, we're certainly happy to do that.
That would be my preference, but it's your case.
The state calls Cameron Durham.
Okay. Welcome, come on up.
Yes, right here.